presentation of the LSU Sports Radio Network. The road to Omaha runs through Baton Rouge.
Playoff baseball is one pitch at a time. It's not the team with the best players, it's the team that plays the best.
Dugas drives it down the line, left field. This ball is gone!
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball is on the air.
Morgan coming in on the run, dives, made the grab! Superman style, gives up the body, holds on for out number 3.
This is live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The 0-2 pitch, called strike 3, struck him out.
Brought to you by the 7 partners that represent Team LSU. Cox, the official communications provider of LSU Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Albertsons, the official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers.
Wow! Launch to left center field. See ya! Don't pitch to Dylan Cruz.
LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball comes alive on the LSU Sports Radio Network. For the On Deck Show, leading you up to first pitch. Now, from the booth overlooking Skip Bertman Field, inside Alec Box Stadium, here are Buzzy Heidel, Doug Thompson, and the voice of your Fighting Tigers, Chris Blair.
Indeed, we truly start the road to Omaha as we begin action in the 2023 Baton Rouge Regional. 4 teams coming in. Tulane, Sam Houston, Oregon State, and LSU, and only one will move on. To get today started, it will be the number 4 seed Tulane Green Wave from just down the road coming in to take on the number 1 seed in this regional, and number 5 seed overall, your Fighting Tigers of LSU. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair along with Tiger champions Doug Thompson, Buzzy Heidel, along with our straw stirring the drink back in the Capital One studios, Mr. Jeff Palermo, welcoming you to Skip Bertman Field inside Alec Box Stadium here on the campus of LSU in Baton Rouge for today's play-by-play story. Coming into regional play, Jay Johnson and his Tigers 43-15 on the season. Jay Ullman and the Green Wave of Tulane, well, they've got 40 losses and only 19 wins in 2023. But they were getting hot late. That's all that matters if you get in. That's what the Green Wave are counting on. After winning 4 straight games in Clearwater over at the American Athletic Conference Tournament, they win that tournament and get their ticket on the road to Omaha. Tulane battled their way into NCAA action, while LSU, coming off of their 1-2 performance in the always brutal SEC tournament last week in Hoover. Tigers hoping they found the rest, recovery, and reset they need to make that run to Omaha. This is the 318th meeting all time between these two schools on the diamond and represents the first ever intercollegiate game in LSU athletic history when the Green Wave and Tigers squared off back in 1893. Now, earlier this year, the Fighting Tigers defeated the Wave over at Turchin Stadium 11-5 on April 11th. And today marks the 9th time these two teams have played in the NCAA baseball tournament. LSU holds that advantage, 6 wins to 2 losses. To start the regional, Coach Jay Johnson will send out America's ace, recently named the 2023 National Player of the Year. Paul Skeens will get the start for the Tigers, while Tulane counters with junior left-hander Dylan Carmouche. The Denham Springs native comes in sporting a 5.44 ERA and has a 5-8 overall record. So find your favorite chair, grab your favorite beverage. We start regional play here in Baton Rouge. It's Tulane, it's LSU, and it's coming up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all-new, all-awesome perks. Albertsons. Fresh foods, local flavors.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
NCAA regional coverage continues with the Fighting Tiger on Deck show. Time now to talk with Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here at Elliott Box Stadium, Skip Bertman Field, Game 1 of the NCAA Baton Rouge Regional, LSU versus Tulane. Joined now by LSU pitcher Javen Coleman. Javen, of course, has a lot of experience and knows what it takes to win a regional. Jason, back in 2021, you played a huge role in the Tigers winning the regional at Oregon. What do you remember about that experience?
Honestly, I just remember I know they started Trent Bittmeyer that game, and I think I came out of the bullpen in the second inning. But yeah, no, I knew how big the game was, and all I could do was just throw strikes for my team and get them back in the dugout to score runs. But yeah, I just remember really successful game, but all around great team effort, got the dub.
That, of course, the Tigers won the regional, went on to the Super Regional that year. Last year, LSU fell a little short in Hattiesburg, but back at home this year, how excited are you guys to be playing in a home regional for the first time in 4 years?
Oh, yeah, and yeah, like you just mentioned, 4 years. It's been a little minute, but I think since this past weekend from the SEC tournament to now, just being back at home, been on the road for a while, it's going to be good, and we're all going to be comfortable, and I know we're all excited to be in front of our hometown and all the fans, it's going to be electric, so we're all excited.
So you guys, as a relief staff in the SEC tournament, were very effective. Yourself, Ackenhausen, Riley Cooper. Just talk about the way you guys are continuing to develop and how much of an impact you can make in this tournament.
Yeah, no, I think all the guys are really settled in compared to the middle of this season when we had a little rough patch, but I think that's just a part of it. I think we got a little bit sharper mentally, but also been working with Wes a lot and trying to tune some things up. So, I know we all as a pitching staff have, belief in everybody, and I think we're just going to continue to keep soaring and keep developing, getting better and better.
Just for yourself, I know most fans are familiar with your story, the way you've come back from surgery so quickly and already contributing to the team. How do you feel about the way you've developed? It looks like you're getting stronger each time out.
Yeah, no, I think I'm still critiquing some things. Obviously, I have a lot more room to grow in and whatnot, but I just feel blessed to be back out here and like you said, getting back a little bit earlier than normal and than expected, and I just feel good to be back and be a part of the team and actually be able to contribute. Absolutely.
All right, Javen, we appreciate it very much. Best of luck today and throughout the tournament.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Javen Coleman with us as we're talking with Tigers before the game with Tulane. Back with a lot more after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Are are love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is the Fighting Tiger on Deck Show with live coverage of the Baton Rouge Regional. Let's update the action across the brackets on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Good warm day here at the box as we get ready for regional play. LSU and Tulane will get together to start this weekend. Time now to take a look at action underway on the road to Omaha. This check around the NCAA bracket presented by Visit Baton Rouge. We're ready. Are you? Happy to have two champions in the booth with us this weekend, and we'll start off with Tiger champ Doug Thompson. Doug, what's happening around the NCAA tournament here on this Friday?
All right, Chris. Well, we'll start it off in the Lexington Regional, where right now Kentucky leads Ball State by a score of 4-0. That game has been close all game. It's now in the top of the ninth inning. Later tonight, West Virginia will host Indiana in Game 2 there. In Gainesville right now, Connecticut is the home team against Texas Tech. Connecticut trails by 1. It's 3-2. That game's in the bottom of the 8th. At 5:30, Florida will play host to Florida A&M. The Gators will be the home team. Virginia's the home team against Army in the Charlottesville Regional. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Right now, Virginia leads 14-1 in that matchup. East Carolina and Oklahoma will battle it out in Game 2 there. East Carolina will be the home team. Oregon is trailing Xavier. They're only in the bottom of the 4th inning. This is the Nashville Regional, so there's a little bit of meat left on that bone. And later tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time, Vanderbilt will be the home team against Eastern Illinois. Stillwater has kicked off in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dallas Baptist is the home team, trailing Washington by a score of 8-2. The host Oklahoma State will be the home team tonight against Oral Roberts. That game will start at 6 o'clock Central Time. Clemson at the Clemson Regional trails Lipscomb right now, also in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 4-3. Later tonight, Tennessee, also out in that Clemson Regional, will be the home team against Charlotte. In Winston-Salem at the Wake Forest Regional, Maryland is out in front of Northeastern, the top of the 7th inning by a score of 5-2. Wake Forest will be home tonight against George Mason at, again, 6 o'clock Central. In the Columbia Regional, right now, the Camels are getting shut out against NC State. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Wolfpack lead that game 3-0. South Carolina's the host there, and they'll be the home team against Central Connecticut tonight. And Conway, the Conway Regional, Duke leads UNC Wilmington right now by a score of 4-3. They're in the bottom of the 5th. Coastal Carolina and Rider will play tonight at 6 o'clock, and Coastal Carolina is going to be the home team in that matchup. Indiana State leads Wright State right now in the Terre Haute Regional. Indiana State is trailing 5-2. They're in the top of the 6th inning. Iowa will be the home team later against North Carolina. That game will start off at 6 o'clock. In Coral Gables, Texas and Louisiana, there's no score yet there. That game must be in delay. And Miami and Maine are the nightcap there. Of course, Miami will be the home team. In Auburn, Sanford and Southern Miss are just underway. They're in the bottom of the second. No score yet there. Auburn is the home team tonight against Pennsylvania in the second game there. Fayetteville, right now, that game has not started between Arkansas and Santa Clara. Arkansas will be the home team later tonight. TCU will be the home team against Arizona. That one's due to start at 8 o'clock Central Time. In Tuscaloosa, they've not started yet. Boston College and Troy will be the first game of the Tuscaloosa Regional, and Boston College will be the home team. Alabama, of course, will be the home team tonight, hosting Nichols at 7 o'clock. Here in Baton Rouge, of course, the Tigers are about to tee off here, and Oregon State and Sam Houston will play later today at 7 o'clock tonight. Oregon State will be the home in that matchup. And finally, Chris, Stanford is the home team against San Jose State. That game will start at 4 o'clock Central Time. They've not kicked off yet there. And then later tonight at 9 o'clock Central, Texas A&M, going to have to try to keep the eyelids open there, will be the home team against Cal State Fullerton.
Woo, partner, that was a mouthful. You made it through. You made it to the finish.
The one regional site. How do you say that?
Terre Haute, Indiana?
Terre Haute, Indiana.
There you go. I thought you did fine. Fans, Our Lady of the Lake is proud to be the championship health partner of LSU. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting pitchers for both the Green Wave and the Tigers. Doug and Buzzy will break that down when we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want
For
to make
someone that
sure
grew up
you
in the
get an
Midwest,
air-conditioned
it's
system
Terre
that's
Haute.
reliable,
Terre Haute.
affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Train. Plus, right now, Train is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TrainSouth.com to find a local Train dealer today. It's hard to stop a train. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details. Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell. NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes.
Yeah, there you go. Check one, too. Okay, now turn that one down a little bit. I'm sorry. Now you got me too high.
This one?
No, the one you just did down there. Yeah, that's good right there.
All right. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
NCAA Regional Baseball is coming up. But first, let's take a look at the game's starting pitchers. Once again, here are Doug and Buzzy on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here at the box, getting ready for the first game of the Baton Rouge Regional. Happens to feature the number 1 seed LSU Tigers and the number 4 seed Tulane Green Wave. Let's take a look at the starting pitchers. And to break down Dylan Carmouche, who will start for Tulane. Let's go to Buzzy Hidell. Buzzy, what do we expect to see from the junior left-hander?
Yeah, left-hander right here from Denham Springs, Louisiana. Played his high school ball at the lab school right across the left field fence here. And so a guy that's familiar with Alex Box Stadium, a left-handed pitcher. He's 5-8 on the year. In 86 innings, he's got the 100 strikeouts. And usually a strike thrower, only 38 strikeouts in the 86 innings. And so a guy that he likes to pound the zone in and work away with the changeup. And the changeup is his best secondary. He'll show you the curveball and the slider, but again, he's going to go fastball, changeup, and he'll throw it to righties and lefty. A competitor, after talking to some high school coaches of his, guys that have known him throughout his life, he's a competitor. He's a guy he's not going to be scared of the moment. And look, LSU's challenge is going to be able to, sometimes they can be one-dimensional. They focus on the home run at times, and when guys get on base, sometimes they need to cut down that swing and drive those runners in. You saw that in the last game at Georgia, and you saw them in the SEC tournament leave some guys on base. So if LSU needs to figure out a way to get on to Dylan Carmouche early and put some pressure on him, because he can settle in and get to you, and this game could be interesting going down the stretch.
Thanks, Buzz. Well, nobody knew who was going to be the Tigers starter until the very last moment, and we just found out with everybody else it'll be Paul Skeens today for the Tigers. Of course, the Collegiate Baseball National Player of the Year. Something tells me that'll just be one of the first of many big awards the right-hander will earn this year. Skeens has been almost perfect this year with a sub-2 ERA, 1.89. He's 10-2 in 15 starts. He's gone 90 innings, only allowed 54 hits, 19 earned runs, 167 strikeouts, and only 17 walks. Just a video game type stat line for Paul Skeens, who today will, of course, feature a 100-plus mile-an-hour fastball, a sweeping slider. He throws a changeup for a strike, and he's going to have to battle an offense that's hit 250 this year as a team, and hopefully his team can score enough runs off a pitching staff that has a 7 ERA. So once again, excited to see the big guy take the mound for the Tigers. Maybe a little bit of surprise there. We'll talk about that throughout the course of the game.
All right, once again, it'll be Dylan Carmouche, the junior left-hander for Tulane, and junior right-hander, America's ace, Paul Skeens, will go for your Fighting Tigers. Fans have the right equipment to take on any job linked to the land. Visit Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, at sunequip.com. We'll continue with more. Up next, had a chance to visit with head coach Jay Johnson. His thoughts on flipping the switch from regular season now to postseason play. He's coming up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit solarsupplyluxair.com to learn about working with Luxair. The LSU Tigers excel due to great preparation, talent, and execution. Those same principles are what make National Trench Safety the leader in the trench safety equipment industry. National Trench Safety is recognized across the country as the trench and traffic safety specialist, supporting the equipment rental and engineering needs for the refining, chemical, pipeline, power, transportation, and municipal market. Visit ntsafety.com today for more details. Remember, if it's in the trench, over the trench, or around the trench, National Trench Safety has you covered. Go Tigers! Tigers are your team, and Super One Foods is your grocery store. They offer super low prices from the moment you walk in their door, starting with the hottest deals on their famous wall of values. You'll get super savings on fresh produce, meat cut fresh daily, and all of your favorite brands throughout the store. Shop Super One Foods online or in store for super low prices on game day and every day. Go Tigers and go Super One Foods. Hub International is Louisiana's premier employee benefits and commercial insurance brokerage. Hub can insure just about any risk that your business faces. Did you know Hub even insured the bonuses for our football coaches in 2022? Hub specializes in the construction, healthcare, real estate, and hospitality industries. Chances are you're probably already doing business with someone who does business with Hub. Turn to the agency that the Tigers, Saints, and Pelicans choose. Hub International. Visit them today at hubinternational.com.
Live coverage of the Baton Rouge Regional continues with the Fighting Tiger on Deck Show. Time now to visit with the top Tiger, head coach Jay Johnson, presented by Hancock Whitney, official bank of LSU Athletics. Here again is Chris Blair.
Coach, here we are. I know you talk about it all the time. Regular season, 56 or 55 game playoff. Any different mindset, any different talking points when you get a couple of days off and then head towards the NCAA regional with this team?
Yeah, just a reaffirmation of the team. We're ready. We're as battle tested and prepared as everybody or anybody can be, and it's our time. Really excited.
Again, you've said it a bunch of times. It's not about the team with the best players. It's about the team that's playing its best. How have you seen the guys prepare for this particular game today and this weekend over the last couple of days?
Yeah, we've had a great week. We got a couple of days off last Saturday and Sunday. Got into it on Monday. Addressed some things that we wanted to do better and play better. And we left Hoover with head up, eyes forward, and ready to go, and it's been a great week of preparation.
You know, I listened to you after the game in Hoover, and you mentioned the fact, hey, we'll get home a couple of days, we'll get rested, we'll get re-energized, and also get our mind right.
What tells you the guys' minds are right going into the weekend?
I just think they're defaulting to what they have been good at for most of the season, which is just focusing on the task at hand, and that's the pitch, the inning, the game that's in front of us. That's what we're going to do today, and when they do that, things usually work out very well for our team.
I know that, as we mentioned just a moment ago, that the 56-game playoff for the regular season, then you come into the postseason here. You're at home. Great accomplishment by your team, first Tiger team to host a regional since 2019. But is there a different kind of flip the switch once you get to this part of the season?
You know, I think the benefit of playing at home, Chris, is in the playoffs, you want to make it seem like a regular game, because everybody knows that it's not. But the more things that you can make it feel that way, the better it is for your team. So playing at home, I think, really, really helps that. And the approach is the same thing that we needed to do to win Game 1 back in the middle of February. It's the same things we need to do today, and we feel really good about that.
Kudos to you and the scheduling. Once the pairings came out for the bracket on the road to Omaha, I thought to myself, look at how many out-of-conference teams you guys played that are playing postseason baseball, including 2 that are here this weekend.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you saying that. I take a lot of pride in it, and it's a method that not everybody understands, and I've tried to get better at it as I've gone along in my career. And basically all we're trying to do is we're going to play teams that win a lot of games. It doesn't matter if you know that they play big-time college football or not, but if you play teams that win a lot of games, that helps your RPI. And obviously we've had a great RPI all year, and us winning games has contributed to that, and our opponents winning games has contributed to that.
Real quickly, Tulane coming in, again, maybe as you pointed out, a team playing as hot as anybody. They went to Clearwater. They won the AAC tournament. They got a lot of confidence coming in.
Yeah, no question about it. They're playing their best baseball right now. They emptied the tank there and beat several good programs along the way to win that championship. That's a great baseball league, great accomplishment for their program, and credit to their players for playing as well as they did.
Lastly, before I let you go, Paul Skeen's getting the start today. Kind of what is the message for him?
Beat Paul Skeens, and that's a great thing for the Tiger team.
All right, Coach. Well, looking forward to regional baseball. The road to Omaha is certainly underway. Best of luck. Get after them.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris.
And Coach Jay Johnson, everybody. We'll continue with more. We'll get the starting lineups for you, and then first pitch, Tulane and LSU to start off the Baton Rouge Regional here at the box on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
This is the story of a very special
Jeff,
woman.
if you want to
Just
grab an
a
ID,
few
they'll
about her
be going into the anthem when we come back.
In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician.
Are you going to get all this in before first pitch?
Work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
First pitch of LSU Fighting Tiger baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional is coming up. But first, here are the game starting lineups on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Before we send you out to Alec Box Stadium, this is Jeff Palermo inside the LSU Capital One studios. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your home for LSU Fighting Tiger baseball, the LSU Sports Radio Network, and streaming on the LSU Sports mobile app.
LSU and Tulane set to get underway from the box in just a few minutes. To give you a quick little scoreboard update here, Clemson leading Lipscomb in its regional 6-5. That is in the bottom of the sixth. Tennessee will be playing tonight against Charlotte. That'll be a 5 o'clock start. We'll keep you updated on all of these regional scores as the day goes on. Now back out to Chris Blair.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's time now to take a look at the starting lineups here in Game 1 of the Baton Rouge Regional. First for the Tulane Green Wave, who can come in 19-40 on the season, went 8-16 in AAC play, but they won the American Athletic Conference tournament in Clearwater last week. That's how they reached the regional play. Brady Hebert will be in left field. He'll start it off, a senior batting .304. T.O. Banks will be in center field, sophomore with a .303 average. Brady Marquette will play first base and bat third with a .302 average for the sophomore. Simon Baumgart will be at third base batting cleanup for the Green Wave, the junior, batting .268 with 13 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Brandon Lambert will be in the DH for Coach Ullman, batting in the 5th spot. Jake LaPrairie will be in right field, batting 6th. In the 7th hole, it'll be catcher Seth Backstead, senior, batting just .148. James Agabitis III will be at second base, batting 8th. And Gavin Scholes will be the shortstop. He will bat 9th for the Green Wave. Now for your Fighting Tigers of LSU, 43-15 their overall mark. They finished SEC play at 19-10. They'll lead off with Dylan Cruz, the center fielder, a junior, batting .420. Tommy White will follow him, play third base, bat second. .387 average, leads the team with 20 home runs. Trey Morgan will be at first base, he'll bat third. Hayden Travinsky will be behind the plate catching, he'll get the start. One of the hottest hitters on this team over the last 12 games. He's got a .426 average on the season. He again will bat cleanup. Cade Beloso, the DH, will bat fifth. Gavin Dugas moves to the 6th spot, plays second base. Braden Jobert gets the start in right field. He'll bat in the 7th hole. Jordan Thompson, your shortstop, batting 8th. And Josh Pearson with the start in left field will bat 9th for your Fighting Tigers. That's a look at the starting lineups. That means first pitch in the first game of the 2023 Baton Rouge Regional coming your way next. Stay with us on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
Will Scott Mobile Mini is the global leader in modular offices and storage containers. Keep your products safe and secure with our wide array of vault-like storage containers. Need shelves and lighting for your container? We can help. We have the right container for your industrial, commercial, or residential storage needs. All of our offices are delivered ready to work with customizable furniture options to fit any need. Give us a call at 800-841-7016 or visit our website at www.mobilemini.com.
Unrivaled content, unprecedented access. LSU Gold, powered by Bayou Traditions, is the only place for exclusive behind-the-scenes content featuring your favorite LSU teams. It's all access to the Tigers all year long, from pregame warm-ups to postgame celebrations and every moment in between. You can watch LSU Gold anywhere, anytime, and on your favorite device. Go to lsu.gold today to sign up for your free 7-day trial, so you can be there for each step of LSU's championship journeys. That's lsu.gold.
17 SEC championships.
The flat 5 R's in the pitch.
34 NCAA tournament appearances.
Swung on and hit the right field. Way back there. Way back there.
18 trips to Omaha. 6 national titles. The powerhouse of college baseball. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball. On the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Good Friday afternoon, Tiger fans, and welcome. Skip Bertman Field inside Alec Box Stadium. Start of the NCAA regional action here in Baton Rouge, featuring the number 4 seed Tulane Green Wave and the number 1 seed, number 5 seed overall, your Fighting Tigers of LSU, along with our producer Jeff Palermo in the Capital One studio. Tiger champs Doug Thompson, Buzzy Heidel, Chris Blair with you here. As Paul Skeen steps up on the bump, makes his warm-up tosses here. Tulane will come up in the top of the first inning with Brady Hebert, T.O. Banks, and Brady Marquette to lead things off for a team that As Jay Johnson mentioned to us just a moment ago, gentlemen, that they're playing their best baseball of the season. They have not had a great season. Nobody would deny that. They've got 19 wins, 40 losses, but they won 5 games in Clearwater. They captured the AAC title, which put them in the NCAA regional. And over the last 5 games, Buzzy, they've been hitting the ball much better than they had earlier in the regular season. So, again, Jay Johnson, as you might imagine, not taking anything for granted.
Yeah, they scored a bunch of runs in their conference tournament, beat East Carolina, who was on the verge of hosting themselves, a really good team. And, yeah, you either make the tournament for one or two reasons. You've had a really good season all year, or you're playing your best baseball and you got hot late. Either one of them's a very tough situation if you're a team playing them. So, and one that's not being taken lightly, and you can tell by who's on the mound 60 feet 6 inches away. Paul Skeens getting the start in a 1 versus 4 seed.
I know, Doug, last week we were in Hoover. The Tigers went 1-2 in the always brutal SEC tournament, but it felt like to me that LSU, while never wanting to drop games, went over there and got a couple of things they wanted out of the trip to the Hoover Met.
Yeah, we talked about it. I felt much better about the postseason chances after leaving Hoover than I did before going to Hoover. The only subpar pitching performance of that tournament, in my opinion, was Paul Skeens, which, we saw that he was actually human last week. But out of the bullpen, which is where the concern really lied before the tournament, we saw some great things out of Riley Cooper, and, of course, Griffin Herring threw well, and Nate Ackenhausen also had a great outing. So I feel much better, and then today we get the big guy on the mound, hopefully, to get out ahead here in the regional.
Well, we're ready to go. Brady Hebert, native of right here in Baton Rouge, played his prep ball at Catholic High School. Spent 1 year at LSU Eunice before making his way to New Orleans. Stands in, first pitch, foul down the line, third base side, and we are underway. Time of first pitch, 2:06 Central Time. 0-1 the count to Hebert. Again, a warm, as you would expect, early June day here in Baton Rouge. We'll get your full game day forecast after this 0-1 pitch that's sent back foul again into the screen. In the weather today in Baton Rouge, 90 degrees currently, mostly sunshine. Looks like before we're done, we'll top out at 91 degrees today. Certainly nothing LSU and Tulane haven't dealt with. Sam Houston, who will play later tonight. Maybe not the same for Oregon State. We'll have to wait and see. 0-2 the count to Hebert. The pitch off speed, just missed. Maybe a tad high, a little bit outside with the breaking ball. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hebert. Again, Tulane will have Hebert, Banks, and Marquette to lead it off here against Paul Skeens. Just underway. Here's the 1-2 pitch to the plate. Fastball called, strike 3 on the inside corner, and Paul Skeens with his first punch out of the day. 1 gone, top of the first.
Well, that's a good start. That's a real good start. Because last week, missed with the slider a lot, but it really doesn't matter if that fastball has that type of command the rest of the way.
So now we'll see T.O. Banks. First pitch to the right-hander. He'll pop up to the shortstop. Thompson comes in a couple of steps. Jordan settles under it and has the soft pop fly for out number 2. So quickly the second out in the inning, and that will bring Brady Marquette to the plate. But we've talked about it all the time, guys. Pitching efficiency, when Paul Skeens is able to work quickly and limit his pitches, the deeper he goes.
Well, you can tell what the scouting report early for Tulane is. It's get up there and hack. Skeens sometimes throws maybe too many strikes, and Tulane's up there early swinging away.
Marquette swings at the first offering and lifts it foul out of play down the line into the seats and left, and it's 0-1.
But you see Hebert, who leads the team in walks, leadoff hitter, swings at the first 2 pitches, gets 0-2. Skeens just misses with a slider, and then pounds him in with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and then Banks right after him, swinging early and flies out weakly to the left side.
Here's the 0-1 delivery from Skeens, and that's a breaking ball for a strike at the knees. A beauty there, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that's the one he struggled with a little bit last week. And Skeens with 7 pitches, 6 strikes.
So with 2 down, top of the first, here's the 0-2 delivery from Skeens. Swing and just staying alive with a tip of the bat is Marquette. Keeps it 0-2. Tiger fans, don't forget, you can catch all of the action here on the LSU Sports Radio Network at lsusports.net. And if you're busy this weekend, we got you covered. Just download the LSU Sports mobile app for live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball, presented by BASF. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, called strike three, outer half of the plate. 2 punch-outs for Paul Skeens to start the day. And Tulane goes quietly 1-2-3 here in the top of the first. We played a half inning. LSU coming to the plate. It will be Cruz, White, and Morgan when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the NCAA Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Paul Skeens, pretty good start to the day. Couple of strikeouts there in the top of the first inning. Little pop out to short, and the Green Wave go in order. 1-2-3. LSU coming to the plate for the first time. It'll be Dylan Cruz, Tommy White, and Trey Morgan.
Yeah, it could be a big strikeout day for Paul Skeens. Put it in perspective, Tulane has struck out about 100 more times than LSU has this year and about the same number of at-bats.
So now Cruz stands in, batting .420 on the year. And the delivery, a ground ball, and it gets through the 6-0. The reach base streak continues for Dylan Cruz, and a great start for the Tigers. A leadoff single. Cruz aboard. That'll bring up Tommy White.
Opening pitch there. I don't know if this was Little League or not. They're changing gloves in left field. This was back in the 9 and 10-year-old days, people. This is left field, left center, and right field as the outfield, and now we see third baseman come in and to play third base as Cruz. That was amazing. That was quick. We didn't get the chance to talk about that.
Yeah, the third baseman wasn't even there. He was out in the outfield.
Swing and a miss by Tommy White on the breaking ball from Carmouche, and it's 0-1. By the way, that Dylan Cruz base hit moves it to 63 straight games reaching base. That's the most since Mikey Matuk in the final 14 games of 2010, and all 56 games of the 11 season had a streak of 70 games. Here's a base hit through the 6-0, almost carbon copy off the bat of Tommy White, and the Tigers have runners first and second to start the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, I mean, the ball might have bounced in the same exact spot as the one before it. 2 back-to-back singles. And Buzzy, the Tigers not taking a whole lot of time up there either. They're jumping on those pitches they see early in the strike zone off of Carmouche.
Well, Carmouche, as we told you, he's typically a strike thrower. You can go back throughout the whole season, and there's a few times where he got a little erratic. But LSU, you said it, Doug, they've got the same approach. They're going to get up there, and they got here by swinging the bats, and they're going to continue to swing the bats.
Trey Morgan stands in. The pitch to the left-hander on the way, and the breaking ball in for a strike. Trey a little surprised. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he'll give up the hit, too. 42 1/3 innings pitched in conference play for Carmouche. They're hitting .316 off of him in conference play.
Cruz down at second. White with a lead off of first. Morgan at the plate. Carmouche fires. And this one a little soft liner, or one bouncer, I should say, to second base. Going to be fielded by Agabitas. He will flip to Scholes, and Scholes fires it back to Margette for the double play. Does allow Cruz to reach third base, but now with 2 outs, It will be up to Hayden Travinski to try to drive in a run here. Something, again, the Tigers no stranger to on the year, striking with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, it's a little bit over the last couple of weeks. This has kind of been the Achilles heel, is leaving runners on base. Still got one more out to play with in this inning, but have a chance here. See if Travinski can't stay hot and drive in that first run for the Tigers.
Pitch to the right-hander misses high and outside, and it's ball 1. Nobody's been hotter at the plate than Hayden Travinski. Again, his season average .426. And he has been punishing baseballs over the last 12, 13 games. This pitch misses low. Hayden works it now, 2 balls and no strikes.
And that's part of the reason he's been waiting on a pitch that he can drive. With runners in scoring position, he's hitting .450, and with 2 outs, even more impressive at .524.
2 outs, runner at third, 2-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Stravinsky couldn't find it with the bat. That'll move the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hayden stands ready, the 2-1 pitch. Again, off speed and swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's a good changeup we talked about with Carmouche, and that's really the secondary pitch he likes to go to. The curveball and the slider is more just a show-me pitch. He likes to work that changeup down in the zone, and it's a difficult one to hit.
This one in on the hands, fouled back. Hayden stays alive, count remains 2-2. Hayden, by the way, batting .477 in the last 12 games. 3 doubles, 6 homers, 13 runs batted in, and 13 runs scored.
Yeah, how about 22 RBIs over his last 17 games?
2-2 pitch, off speed, launched in the air towards the gap, left center field. This ball going to come down on the track. Cruz will score easily. Travinski around first and will easily make his way to second base with an RBI double, giving another ribby on the season. That's number 25. And the Tigers strike first, 1-0 LSU.
Yeah, and that's 23 RBIs now in the last 17 games. Hitting .538 in the SEC tournament last week, 7 for 13. Arguably the hottest hitter in this lineup. And once again, a 2-strike, 2-out RBI off the bat of Hayden Travinski.
Well, I think it's important to get that run early in the game. They got ducks on the pond early. Morgan hits into the double play. Tulane may be able to sneak out of an inning. The momentum shifts back to their dugout, but now with that run scored and the inning not over, LSU with a little bit of the momentum.
Veloso swings at the first pitch, a fly ball to center field. T.O. Banks calling for it, and he will have it for out number 3. But the Tigers get on the board. 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 1 man on. We've played an inning. It's 1-0 LSU. Tulane coming to the plate, top of the second after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all new, all awesome perks. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
The road to Omaha starts here in Baton Rouge. NCAA regional action continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
1-0 LSU leads, scoring a run there with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Travinski with the double to left brings in Dylan Cruz. Baumgart now will lead off, and the first pitch, a called strike on the outside corner with a fastball from Skeens. And it is 0-1. Baumgart, by the way, batting .268 on the season. .524 when leading off the inning. A right-handed hitter on a righty-on-righty matchup. Skeens fires. This one up the middle and a base hit. Drops in just on the grass in center field. Again, aggressive nature for Tulane. This time they're able to straighten one out, get it into the grass, and they have their first hit of the day.
And honestly, I think that's the only way you can go against Skeens. If you're not up there looking for that fastball, it's going to beat you. And that's exactly what they're doing, looking for one out over the plate. That one was hit off the fist, but up the middle. So look for them to stay aggressive, which could benefit the Tigers in the long run, because that may ultimately mean less pitches for Paul Skeens.
Brandon Lambert now stands in, another right-hander for the Green Wave, a senior hitting .290 on the year. Skeens from the stretch delivers, and this pitch, slider misses outside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Brennan, another kid that grew up right here, very close to Alec Box Stadium, nearby River Bend neighborhood. Started at Delgado before making his way to play for the Wave.
Throw over by Skeens to keep an eye on Baumgart at first base, who is 5 for 5 in stolen bases for the Green Wave. Fairly aggressive, I think, gentlemen, we could say, as far as stolen bases for this Green Wave squad. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses high from Skeens. 2 balls, no strikes now to Lambert.
Yeah, they definitely run a lot more than LSU. Of course, that's not part of LSU's arsenal, but Tulane will steal a base on you. They're 62 of 85 on the year.
Baumgart again, pretty sizable lead off first. The 2-0 pitch to the plate, and a swing, maybe a foul tip, but the fastball got through, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, it looks like the main base stealers are Hebert at the top and Scholes down at the bottom, the shortstop. He's 9 for 13 on the year. Everybody else with 5 or 6.
Another throw over, this time a little closer play. Morgan thought he had him with the tag, but Baumgart ruled back safe. Our umpires today, Seth Buckminster at first base making that call. Derek Malika at second base, Daniel Jimenez at third, and Darren Hyman behind the plate calling balls and strikes. 2-1 the count to Brandon Lambert, the DH for the Green Wave. Here's a fastball fouled off into the screen. That'll even the count, 2-2. Today's game brought to you by the 7 partners that represent Team LSU: Cox, McDonald's, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Coca-Cola, People's Health, and Hancock Whitney. Not much of a breeze at the moment. Flags fairly still out above the batter's eye here at the box. As Skeens fires the 2-2, chase the slider, up and out, swing and a miss. Lambert down on strikes, punch out number 3 for Paul Skeens, and there's one away here in the top of the second.
Yeah, that was the slider that started right at the middle of the plate. Probably looked a lot like a fastball, then darted away at the very last minute. A tough pitch there for Lambert. As I mentioned, there's a lot of strikeouts in this Tulane lineup. Safe to say, Paul Skeens, another likely day to get into the double digits.
Jake LaPrairie, a left-hander, will step to the plate. The first pitch missed outside with a fastball at 100 miles an hour. LaPrairie out of Lafayette, played at St. Thomas More High School. Baumgart again takes his lead off first. Skeens will look over. Now comes Seth. Runner goes, and this one launched in the air to right field. Braden Jobert going back to the track at the wall, makes the leaping grab.
Play.
And they will be able to double him up as Baumgart all the way at third base. They'll throw back to Morgan. And the Green Wave, not sure there, as Coach Oman wants to conversate with Baumgart as he just kept running around second to third. Jobert made a great play at the wall for the catch and then tossed it back to Morgan for the third out of the inning. So the Green Wave get their first hit, but they get nothing out of it. No runs. That one hit and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Tigers come to the plate. It'll be Dugas, Jobert, and Thompson. They lead 1-0 over the Green Wave here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force.
All right, bring it back without a bumper, Jeff, please.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Gavin Dugas leads it off for the Tigers. They lead 1-0 over Tulane. Gavin Dugas leads it off. First pitch called strike. Second delivery from Carmouche low and inside. That'll even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tigers putting 1 run on the board there in the bottom of the first inning. Travinsky with the RBI double. 1-1 to Dugas. Swing on an off-speed delivery. Swing over the top, and it's 1-2.
You got to think one of the biggest hurdles for today with Carmouche is overcoming that anxiety, the excitement that no doubt he had before this start.
This one a swinging
Tough
bunt
play.
in between her towards first base. Marquette going to pick it up, throw to Carmouche. He tried to step on the bag but missed it according to the first base umpire Seth Buckminster, and that allows Dugas to arrive safely. It looks like we're going to get a review of this, but you said it, Doug. It was going to be trouble. Marquette, he went ahead, committed to go get the baseball. Carmouche looked like he hesitated slightly but eventually got there, but I think just misstepped when he got the ball.
Yeah, I think he's actually going to be out here because Carmouche got all kinds of the bag. Oh, no. Looks like he missed the bag at first. Dugas' foot came in, got it back to the bag, but it might have been a little too late. Great call there, it appears, by the first base umpire. But, Buzzy, how many times do you work on that in-between play? As soon as the first baseman commits to going to get the ball, it's never routine after that.
Well, I was watching that in live. Carmouche literally was delayed a half a second. That's all it took. He didn't get to first base as soon as that ball was hit. He took a little extra time. I'm telling you, it wasn't much until the naked eye. It might have not even seemed like it was a delay, but that's all it took for Dugas to beat it out.
Well, I saw the delay, and what it was Carmouche, the lefty, followed through. He follows through to the third base line, almost finishes with all his weight off center, falling toward that third base line. So he had to turn around on that swinging bunt, which is one of the more deadly offensive plays in baseball, and make a tough play to get to first base. So we'll see what they call here. It looked like on the monitor here in the press box that Gavin Dugas got in by just a cleat right before Carmouche was able to get to the bag, but it was bang, bang all the way.
Well, and there's a lot going on. You've got the ball arriving, you've got the pitcher arriving, the runner arriving, trying to touch first base. It is more difficult than probably it looks. But I think the call will hold up, although they took a little longer than I thought.
If Buckminster gets this one right, though, that's a heck of a call. Yeah.
He is safe. So the ruling on the field stands after review. We went under review presented by Acme Oyster House, and LSU gets the benefit. Call is confirmed, and Dugas will stay at first base. So again, the Tigers get the leadoff man aboard. They started the bottom of the first inning with back-to-back singles from Cruz and White. So again, second straight inning, the leadoff man aboard. And we'll see Braden Jobert, who again made a really great catch in right field. Kind of surprised everybody as Baumgart was all the way around second to third. And I think even Jobert was surprised that all I got to do is throw it to first. He's standing at third base right now.
Well, I think Jobert was surprised of that and the fact that that ball stayed in the yard. Thank goodness the wind's blowing in from center field because that one had home run written all over it.
Jobert awaits, and the breaking ball catches the outer half for a called strike. It's 0-1.
I mean, Jobert's a solid 6'3" or so, and he had to go back to the track right up against the wall and jump up about as high as he could. Ball would have probably hit about a foot off the top of the wall if he hadn't caught it.
Swing and a miss. Fastball down in the zone. Jobert just couldn't get the bat on it. Falls behind in the count, 0-2. Braden batting .306 on the year. 3:17 with runners on. He's got Dugas. Short lead off of first. There's Carmouche, the left-hander. Well, decide to throw over. Dugas will step on the first base bag safely. Great crowd as expected here with Tulane just down the road. Of course, LSU, they love their regional baseball, and they made plans as soon as the bracket came out. Here's the 0-2 to Jobert. Stays away from this breaking pitch that dropped down low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you got to think it's been a minute since we've been in this ballpark for postseason baseball, and it's sure good to be back and see all the fans on a beautiful afternoon.
First hosted regional since 2019 for LSU. Here's the 1-2. Fastball missed high, eye level, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I have some friends that moved here from West Virginia, and they told me yesterday we love how it's commonly understood around here that that's been a long time since the last regional.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jobert. Carmouche again wants to throw over to first, and again Dugas with a short lead gets back easily.
It's kind of like when Dylan Cruz was struggling and still hitting 475. Yeah.
A lot of people would love to struggle with those numbers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braden Jobert at the plate. Tigers leading 1-0 over Tulane early. Carmouche to the plate, and this is going to hit Braden Jobert. So he will head to first. So much like the bottom of the first inning, the Tigers have the first 2 men aboard. And that will bring to the plate Jordan Thompson in the 8th spot.
Yeah, you can't walk him, you can't hit him, can't make errors, but a hit batsman with 2 strikes, ooh, that's a tough pill to swallow. We'll see if Carmouche able to get through it here when he faces Jordan Thompson.
And LSU, that's hit by pitch number 122 on the year. That's number 4 in the country.
I think we're 3 away from last year, which is an LSU record.
122nd hit by pitch. Thompson showing bunt, has to pull it back on a fastball high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. By the way, Tulane able to turn 2 in this scenario down in the bottom of the first inning. That's the 35th double play on the year they've turned. Tigers trying to avoid that here with Thompson at the plate. Squares again and fouls this one back behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Thompson. Thompson coming in to the regional, batting .257 on the year. Struggled in Hoover last week, was 1 for 10. But he's had his big moments over the years in regional and super regional play. He's got Dugas at second, Jobert at first. Nobody out. Carmouche looks back to second. The pitch. A bunt down the third base line. Coming in, Baumgart pumps and throws just in time to beat Thompson, but Jordan does his job. Beautiful bunt down the third base line in the grass. Easily allows Dugas to reach third. Jobert behind him at second base, and with less than 2 outs, the Tigers have 2 in scoring position, and they'll count on Josh Pearson. Pearson 2 for 8 last week in Hoover, by the way.
Yeah, they'll want to pitch to Josh Pearson because, of course, Dylan Cruz is waiting on deck. If they're able to get Pearson out, you could just put Cruz on first base, I guess, if you want to face Tommy White with the bases loaded.
Infield playing in on the grass at the corners, and a swing and a miss by Pearson puts him behind 0-1.
Well, this is a situation, look, everyone loves the home run. Everyone loves the ball in the gap. This is a situation where you want to manufacture some runs at times. LSU at times can be a little one-dimensional and try to maybe overswing. This shorten up if you're Pearson, and as I always say, play a little pepper. Try to just move the baseball, get a run across.
Baumgart, the third baseman, playing just off the grass. They have the shortstop Scholes just left of second. The left-handed hitting Pearson. There's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch just out of the reach, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, now the strategy becomes put the ball in play. You've got to protect the strike zone and try to make something happen with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
Here's the 0-2.
That'll work.
High chopper towards second. Agabidas coming in. The only play is to first. Coming in to score is Dugas. Pearson out at first, but that will bring in a run to make it 2-0. And that was a Baltimore chop high in the air right in front of home plate. And Agabidas had a good play just to get Pearson at first.
Well, you said it best, Doug. Once he got to 2 strikes, you've got to choke up. You've just got to put the ball in play. You can't take the bat back to the dugout with no run scored. Even though you've got your All-American up and the SEC Player of the Year right behind you, you've got to put that ball in play. Pearson did a nice job. Carmouche is going to that sequence a lot early in this game. He's going soft early and then tries to go hard late, and he went hard in, and Pearson was able to Make good contact. Or not
Pitch
good
to
contact.
Cruz. Ground ball down the line at third. Gets by Baumgart into the corner. Joubert easily scores. Cruz with an RBI stand-up double. It's now 3-0 Fighting Tigers.
Boy, I tell you, that's a bat if it starts to heat up. Watch out for the Tigers coming down the stretch the next couple weeks. Dylan Cruz hit that when we always talk about the exit velos that we see only after home runs.
Yep.
I'd love to know the exit velo of that one. I'm guessing it had to be over 105, 110 miles an hour. That was absolutely scorched off the bat.
A one-hopper that Baumgart had no chance at. He laid out the body towards the line, but it was already by him.
I bet you Baumgart would know how fast that was going by him.
Well, he heard it for sure. Might not have seen it, but he at least heard the sizzle of that ball.
So now with Cruz at second, Tommy White at the plate. Had a single to get aboard back in the first inning. First delivery misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The Tigers now 3 runs on 5 hits. Got Cruz down at second base. Back-to-back singles, rather back-to-back hits for Dylan on the day. The 1-0 missed inside to White. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, 3 runs, and they're kind of continuing that trend from Hoover last week. 2 of those runs have come with 2 outs.
So White digs back in. Carmouche, the big left-hander, looks down at the watch, now gets the call, comes set, looks back to second. Here's the 2-0. Floats in a little high, ball 3.
You give him the swing away here, Doug?
Of course, with 2 outs for sure. Base open, though, they're not going to even pitch to him. They're just going to walk him.
Yep.
And go to Trey Morgan.
So they'll try their hands with Trey Morgan. Intentional walk on a 3-0 count to Tommy White. Puts runners first and second now with 2 down.
I was kind of surprised they didn't just do that to begin with, honestly.
It was a situation where we're not going to throw probably anything close to over the strike zone. If Tommy White wants to get himself out, we'll let him. But once he got to 3-0, you're right, Doug. He just said, take your base. We'll take our chances lefty on lefty.
We're flirting with throwing a wild pitch if we're going to pitch way around the plate.
So now we see Trey Morgan hit into that double play. 4-6-3 back in the first. Trey batting .307 on the year. Batted an even .400 last week in Hoover. First pitch, check swing, and a slow roller foul up the third base line, a couple of feet. And it's 0-1 to Morgan. So we haven't really talked about the starting lineup today. We made a lot of Paul Skeens getting the start on the mound, but Coach Jay Johnson going with Morgan starting at first and going with Pearson and Joubert in the outfield. Want that sure-handed first baseman. This one in the air to left field, hit at Hebert, who's on the run, goes up, grabs it just shy of the track. Almost lost it over his head, but able to grab it for out number 3. But the Tigers strike for 2 more. 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 men on. They lead 3-0. We go to the top of the third. Tulane coming to the plate on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Going to the track, the wall. See ya. Tiger fans, have you ever wanted to watch LSU baseball on TV but hear the action from the LSU Sports Radio Network? Just sync the game with the LSU Sports mobile app. It's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Sync the game with the LSU Sports mobile app for iOS and Google devices. Download it today.
Tigers win! Tigers win!
Louisiana Lottery's Top 5 Hits. First up, hit $100. This game is loaded with $100 prizes. Next, climbing the chart is hit $200 with $200 prizes. Holding steady is hit $300 with lots of $300 prizes. A hard act to follow, hit $500 full of $500 prizes. And rocking its way to the top of the chart is hit $5,000 loaded with $5,000 prizes.
Spin your hit today and play the Hit family of games from the lottery. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Action continues on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back with more on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Seth Beckstead leads it off for Tulane. They trail 3-0 to LSU as Paul Skeens delivers a breaking ball, misses down and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Beckstead batting for the first time today. A senior, only a 148 average. Right-hander awaits, and the 1-0 fouled back into the screen, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
What's going on here? You mentioned Mikey Matuk, and he just shows up in the press box?
It's amazing.
Out of the genie, you know what I mean? You rub the bottle, and there comes Mikey Matuk.
That's unbelievable.
You
know? 1 ball, 1 strike. Beckstead awaits. Skeens fires. The breaking ball launched into the air. First base side. Morgan trying to fight the sun with the glove, and he can't find it.
Like no clue where it was.
It'll land on the turf, and that will allow Beckstead to swing once again as Travinsky again was going up the line. I'm not sure. Looked like he was almost yielding to Morgan, but again, Morgan, you could tell, was struggling, had that glove up trying to shade the sun, but he missed it by about 10, 12 feet.
I mean, how lonely is that feeling when you have no clue where the ball is?
So what's crazy is I feel like it's happened more this year, Chris, and when we've done a few games, it's happened more this year. I know Dylan Cruz, it's happened too, but when that ball gets in the sun, there's literally nothing you can do.
So 1-2 count. Skeens fires. There's a strike on the outside corner. Beckstead punched out 1 away here in the top of the 3rd.
He just wanted to get Skeens strikeouts up.
I'm telling you, he's going to have a boatload of strikeouts when this one's over for 2 reasons. 1, he's throwing strikes, but 2, Tulane is being aggressive early in the count, which again is going to enable him to get deeper in the game. I'm looking for something in the teens today.
James Agabidas stands in. The left-hander swings, just got a piece of the ball, fouls it, and it's 0-1. Agabidas, by the way, a freshman batting 155 in that 8th spot.
Real quick, we mentioned Mikey Matuk showed up. I got to give some love to the 2009 College World Series.
Of course.
Most valuable player. Jared Mitchell,
of course,
is in the booth with us as well.
Of course.
I got to watch a lot of those guys at bats, It was fun.
Here's the 0-1 missed outside to Agabidas, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you know that 2-sport athlete conversation, you have it every now and again. Jared Mitchell is the best 2-sport athlete. I mean, Ben McDonald's sitting right next to you. He played a little basketball.
There's only one got a couple championships in each sport.
I mean,
national ones too.
Here's the 1-1 in the air to center field. Shallow center, and this one on the run. Thompson, the shortstop, cuts in between Cruz and Dugas and holds on for out number 2. Wow.
Well, if that's not on the ESPN Top 10 tonight, then there must be some great plays around the country today because that might be one of the best that we've seen all year. Jordan Thompson just sticking the glove out, getting slide tackled by Dugas at the same time. Meanwhile, Dylan Cruz barreling down on him. I thought that had no man's land written all over it.
That was
a play.
Yeah, that was a little bit that was a Joe Burrow touch pass in the corner and just a receiver going underneath it. I mean, ball hung up in the air, floated for a while, and Thompson was the only guy. I mean, Cruz couldn't get to it. It was that shallow. The angle was bad for Dugas, and Thompson shows you why he's been penciled into that lineup every game this year.
So the second out of the inning as Gavin Scholes expected to come, the 9-hitter for the Green Wave, as Coach Ullman called for time, brings him back to the dugout. They talk it over. Now he will step to the plate.
I'll tell you what that shows you is that 256 average that Thompson has. You'll take that all day with the way he's played shortstop this year because of plays like that.
Well, Stevenson in center field a few years ago, and he was hitting like under 200, but saved 5 runs a game. The old question, do you save more than you drive in, or you're going to stay in the lineup if you can play defense like that?
Gavin Scholes stands in, and the first delivery, a fastball, a little low and outside, and it's 1-0.
Another 100-mile-an-hour fastball there from Skeens. By the way, he's 19 strikes out of 26 pitches.
The 1-0 delivery to the right-hander. Breaking ball in for a strike, right just below the belt, and it's 1-1.
Doug, that's that sweeper that Ben McDonald, we were talking to Ben earlier
left
today.
To right, no horizontal break, or excuse me, no vertical break, all horizontal.
1-1. Slap foul down the line, catches the screen just beyond the first base dugout of the Tigers, and Skeens ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Big Ben said that's what the game is going to. They're more throwing that hard slider that he called it a sweeper. Just works across the zone, not, as you said, that 12-6 off the table type curveball.
Here's the 1-2 from Skeens.
There it is.
Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the breaking ball up in the zone. Down on strikes goes Scholes. And Paul Skeens now with his 5th punch out of the day. Tulane, no runs, no hits, nobody on base. We move to the bottom of the 3rd here at the box. 3-0 LSU leads on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council. We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Okay.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the NCAA Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
3-0 LSU leading Tulane in the opening game of the Baton Rouge Regional here on Friday. Travinsky leads it off for LSU. First pitch missed high for ball 1. This one off speed at the belt. A called strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Travinsky, who had the RBI double back in the first. Get the Tigers on the board. A 2-strike, 2-out double, by the way.
I was just about to add that.
This one misses inside, scoots him off the plate. 2-1 now to Hayden. 2-1 delivery. Off the end of the bat and foul into the screen. That'll even the count now 2-2. Fans Capital One offering checking and savings accounts. They got no fees or minimums. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Semi-shift here for the right-handed hitting Travinsky defensively by the Green Wave. Scarmouche winds. The left-hander fires. The 2-2 hit high and deep to left field. Coming over in the corner and just out of the reach of Brady Hebert, who slams into the side wall.
Oh, he's going to need a minute.
And now he's crouching down after he slammed into it almost at full speed. Now he's up walking, going towards the baseball, but they're going to come out and take a look at him here. As that one down the line in left. Thought it had a chance, and then again just started to come down quickly, and he appears to be okay. He'll stay in left field.
He hit that wall about as hard as you can hit it. Jogging back to his position now, but he needed a minute. Had to go down to a knee. Off the bat, it looked like it had the trajectory for a homer, but he just hit it off the end of the bat, and that wind is not helping anything going outside the outfield fence right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Travinsky swings, bouncer towards third, and it gets by Baumgart, and then Scholes, the shortstop, comes off the heel of his glove and will head into left field, and Travinsky aboard to get things started. 3rd straight inning, the Tigers have the leadoff man aboard.
Buzzy, for all the 12-year-olds listening out there, how far does the third baseman go before you have to check up and let the shortstop just make that play running in on the ball? Because the harder you go to your left, the harder it is to turn and make that throw.
Agreed. I was always taught the third baseman gets any ball he can get to, but that's where the synergy comes in, kind of like us in the booth. You got to have some feel. You got to know what you're doing. Okay,
or lack thereof. That'll be a runner at first, and now we'll see Cade Beloso. First pitch to Cade, and on the hands, misses for ball 1.
But to your point, Doug, Baumgart definitely messed up Scholes at shortstop there, getting in his way. Made that play a lot more difficult. Did they go error or hit?
No, they just ruled it a hit.
Okay.
Travinsky, 2 hits on the day. This one off the bat of Beloso, dropping quickly into center field. On one hop, Banks comes in, throws it to the infield, but once again, back-to-back runners aboard for LSU to start an inning. This time with 2 knocks.
Well, just like the first inning with 2 base hits. Of course, Trey Morgan into a double play there, but now we'll have a mound visit before Gavin Dugas takes his chance. Dugas had a single, that swinging bunt down the first baseline, his first at bat.
Anthony Izio, the pitching coach for Tulane, out there now to visit with Dylan Carmouche. We'll bring the infield in as well. Gives me a chance to remind you, H&E Equipment Services, proud to be the official construction equipment partner of LSU Athletics. Call 877-700-RENT or visit herentals.com today. All right, we have some time. First game of the regional, Jay Johnson goes Trey Morgan first, Pearson left, Joe Bear in right. What do you like about the lineup today?
Well, you got a lot of power in it, but it seems like there's always power in it with this offense. I was a little surprised the lefties versus a lefty, but it doesn't. I mean, if you look at the stats and they tell you, Joe Bear's hitting lefties just as good as he's hitting anybody else, what does it matter?
Yeah, that was it for me. 4 lefties, including Beloso in the lineup with the left-handed Carmouche on the mound. That was my only surprise, though. Otherwise, it really, to me, I mean, there's 10, 11 kids that are what and could be in the lineup on any given day.
So with nobody out, Gavin Dugas to the plate, as Doug mentioned, had the infield in between single back in the second. Shows bunt. Pops it straight up. Catch the screen. It does. As Dugas a little slow to get up there as he looks to the dugout. And not what he wanted to do, but he will survive at least this opportunity. It's 0-1.
Yeah, that'll make a coach go crazy. That'll make a head coach go crazy. We'll see if he keeps the bunt on here. We've seen him do it with Dugas and others, even with 2 strikes.
Squares to bunt, and again down the third base line. Going to be picked up by Baumgart. Tough throw to first, tough angle, but he's able to get Dugas for the out. First out, but he does his job. He advances runners second and third. Travinsky into third, Beloso into second, and with once again under 2 outs, Tigers have 2 in scoring position.
Same deal there. Carmouche almost did too much and interfered with the third baseman, Baumgart, who made a great play there. A little flick like it was nothing down the to make the out, but that was very close to being disastrous for the Green Wave.
Well, that's why infield communication is so key, really. Communication on defense in general. And you're right, Baumgart made a nice play coming in, getting the out at first.
Joe Bear to the plate. First pitch from Carmouche's strike at the belt, and it's 0-1.
And it's simple communication. Mine.
Yeah,
take it,
got it. Whatever.
Right.
I mean,
Ken Travinsky at third, Beloso at second, 1 out. Joe Bear awaits. Breaking ball, another chopper. This one towards the first baseman, Margette. He will just decide to go to first and get the sure out. Coming in to score is Travinsky, and the Tigers make it 4-0. Here in the bottom half of the third inning, that advances Beloso over to third. So with 2 outs, that'll bring Jordan Thompson to the plate.
Everything matters in baseball. If Joe Bear squares it up there and hits a line drive, 1 hopper to first, that run doesn't score. But because he hit the Texas hop and the first baseman had to wait for it, he almost pulled the trigger. Probably a smart move, you think?
Yeah, well, I like that Margette actually looked, and his first decision was, I'm going to get the guy out at home plate. Once he realized it couldn't happen, he got the sure out.
Swing and a miss by Thompson to make it 0-1.
I don't know if LSU's been working on the old Baltimore chop, as you mentioned earlier, Chris. I mean, hit it slow and choppy, and you'll get the run in from third base, less than 2 outs.
Sack bunt by Thompson back in the second inning. As he stands in, the 0-1. Squares to bunt, trying to push this one down the first base line, but it was high and outside, and Thompson immediately looks to the dugout and says, my bad. Now he falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, that was a little bit of maybe a bunt for a base hit, not with 2 outs. Had to be. Now he'll be swinging away.
Beloso at third, 2 down. Carmouche 0-2. This one a bouncer, but foul down the third base line. Keeps the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
I'm not sure if that was called or not. That might have been Jordan Thompson noticing that basically the infield is as deep as they can be all the way around the horn. So maybe Thompson picked that up, tried to drop one down the third baseline.
It appeared based on his body language that's indeed the case. 2 outs, runner at third. The 0-2. Fouled back into the screen. Again, Skip Bertman Field covered in sunshine on a warm early June day here in the capital of Louisiana. Again, plenty of umbrellas, lots of sunblock here at the box.
Especially out in that Community Coffee Diamond deck.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chased a pitch down in the zone. And Carmouche gets the strikeout. By the way, his first of the day. But the Tigers add another run. They do it on 2 hits. They leave 1 man on. We move to the top of the 4th. LSU leading Tulane 4-0 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Now batting in the Cleanup position, Jenny King, the king of clean.
Tiger fans, Janny King is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and even more proud to provide you, the players, and every fan that comes to a game here with a healthy stadium that has been cleaned by our team of professionals. Let us clean and disinfect your business. Go to JannyKingCleans.com now. That's JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
At Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, our top priority is customer comfort. For over 20 years, Southern Air has been dedicated to providing honest pricing with no surprises and passing along their savings to you. Call them today to receive $50 off any AC or plumbing repair, or take advantage of their special financing with no money down and low monthly payments. Call them today at 225-777-8888. That's Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
The road to Omaha starts here in Baton Rouge. NCAA regional action continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
4-0. LSU leads Tulane here. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Top of the order, Hebert leads it off for the Green Wave. A swing and a miss on the first offering. 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Skeens, and it's 0-1. Hebert caught looking by Paul to start the game. There in the top of the first inning. One of 5 strikeouts so far on the day. Here's the 0-1. Strike on the outside corner. Another heater, and it's 0-2.
Flirting with that 100-mile-an-hour mark, Doug. Hadn't quite got it yet. Had a 99.75. I know you guys like to round up. Like to see the triple digit.
Guys. We just agreed at the beginning of the year.
Here's the 0-2, just missed outside as Hebert able to hold back 1-2 the count.
Although it's interesting that was 98.98. We didn't feel like it's point. Listen, Buzz, I don't know if they taught you guys this. 0.50 and more, we round up.
Okay, that's what it is.
Below 0.50, we round down. Okay.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase that fastball at 99, about chin level. Hebert down on strikes for the second time. That's the 6th strikeout of the day for Paul Skeens. One down here in the top of the fourth inning. Yeah, it's all about brevity and efficiency. So instead of saying 99.92, we just say 100.
We agreed, like first game of the year, I think.
But I think it's you round up for a home team, you round down for the visitors.
T.O. Banks stands in.
Might have done that a couple times.
Breaking ball missed outside from Skeens. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Or you round down when you're mad at one of your guys for not throwing strikes. Might have done that a time or two.
Skeens looks in. Starts the wind. Here's the 1-0. Missed outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes on that breaking ball.
Yeah, there's the sweeper. And if you're wondering what the sweeper is, what we're talking about up here, Chris Sale. That's the example. He's been doing it about a decade in the big leagues. So says the big guy.
Yeah, the sweeper's not a karate move is what you're telling me.
No.
2-0. Fastball in the outside corner. That'll make it 2 balls, 1 strike to Banks, who popped up to Jordan Thompson at shortstop back in the first inning. Skeens slightly behind in the count. Here's the 2-1. Little chopper, and it will bounce left of the bag at third, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Comes number 7.
Another conversation we were having before the game started, Doug, was about velocity, and about how our buddy Big Ben says he doesn't think guys are throwing as hard as what the numbers say. Or the numbers are right, but it's not any different than it was 15, 20 years ago.
Here's the 2-2 from Skeens, and that's a nasty sweeping slider, swing and a miss. Banks down on strikes for the first time. That is punch out number 7 for Paul Skeens. 2 down.
Yeah, Ben gave us a great, history of the radar gun, right? It started out with the ray gun, I believe, which gave, a poor reading at home plate. The next one was the jugs gun, which got it out of halfway there. And then you graduated to the Stalker and the Stalker 2, which got it out of the hand and at the plate.
Marquette stands in. The left-hander swings, fouls this one into the screen down the line at third. It's 0-1.
And, of course, as you graduate over time, you get these better guns, better technology. But you've heard the story about Nolan Ryan. He hit 101 on the Ray gun, which today the equivalency of that would be 108 miles an hour.
That's ridiculous.
It is. It really is.
The 0-1 to Marquette. Missed high.
I mean, how do you even catch it? Like, what catcher catches that? 108 seems a little. I mean, it's hard enough to catch 100, right?
A bit firm.
Yeah.
Nobody on, 2 outs. Green Wave have Marquette at the plate. Here's the 1-1 from Skeens. Off speed, missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Marquette, by the way, caught looking his first at bat in the first frame of the game. Righty on lefty matchup. Here's the wind, the 2-1, and a swing and a miss. That one, a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
You see how he did that?
No, it was professional. He's been around forever.
99.16.
And he just went down.
He went
That's
99.
that Kentucky education, I think. Up there.
2 outs, nobody on, a 2-2 count. Marquette awaits. Skeens a little bit of time here. Pitch clock down to 8. Still staring in. Still staring. He'll begin the wind and the pitch. Off the end of the bat, foul into the screen. Remains 2-2. That one.
Not 100.
This should be easy for you.
It's not 100.
This should be easy for you, though. 99.99.
99.99. I'll say, the reason I bring that up, I am surprised we haven't seen some. It's a hot, good
We've
day.
seen 1 or 2.
Not triple digits, Coach.
You're saying that's not 100, 99.99.
No, I'm saying the actual number up there. We haven't seen it yet.
The 2-2 swung on. And that one is 100 miles an hour.
He heard you.
And it's fouled down the line.
I've seen it before with him, and I'm saying this is an atmosphere where you're dying to play, and it's a regional here at home.
Still early.
You get the start. I agree with that. Still
103 twice last week.
Yeah, but Hoover's guns are really juiced. I mean, you got guys throwing numbers you can't even count to.
2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 count. Brady Marquette. Skeens again, takes his time, now begins the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Again fouled off by Marquette. Battling at the plate here as that one into the screen. It'll remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers, by the way, will have Pearson at the bottom of the order, Cruz atop the order, and White due up in the bottom half of the 4th. They lead 4-0 here in the first game of the Baton Rouge Regional. Later this evening, it'll be Oregon State and Sam Houston. The 2-2 from Skeens. Breaking ball again fought off by Marquette with a foul into the screen above the third base dugout. Still 2-2.
He's just refusing to lose up there.
A heck of an at-bat by the 3-hole hitter for the Green Wave.
Marquette takes a little bit of time, now digs back in. Batting an even 300 on the year, was caught looking back in the first inning by Skeens. Here's the 2-2 pitch. The breaking ball sails outside. That'll fill the count now 3-2.
Up 4 runs, 2 outs.
Yeah, right back and give him the heater.
Right down the middle here.
Infield playing straight up. Cruz shaded a little towards left center, and the 3-2 pitch up the middle comes off the leg of Skeens and then slowly rolls in the infield grass. White tried to pick it up with a bare hand, couldn't do so. Marquette probably beats that out either way, and a 2-out infield single as Skeens takes that one off the back of the leg.
Yeah, to your point, Doug, assuming Skeens is okay as he's kind of walking it off. I mean, no harm, no foul there. If you give him a pitch to hit, he puts a good swing on it, and I think Skeens is going to be okay.
He's fine.
Taking a little time, walk it off.
You have to hit a lot harder than that to knock this big guy down. And the trainer did come out the first step. Skeens just kind of looked at him, and everything was understood.
So with a 2-out single, that'll bring Baumgart to the plate. He got the first hit off Skeens back in the second inning, but eventually got doubled up on a fly ball to right field when he was off to the races from first base. First pitch missing. It's 1-0. Righty on righty matchup here with 2 down, 1 man on at first base. Skeens fires. That's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1.
You know, that at bat, though, you got to circle that one by Marquette, because it very well may be the one that doesn't allow Paul Skeens to get into the 9th inning.
Yeah, that was his 50th pitch there.
Yeah. It's probably an 8 to 10 pitch at bat.
Sure.
Here's the 1-1. Just missed the outside corner with a fastball at 99. That'll make it 2-1. Runner at first, 2 down. 2-1 pitch and a big swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to that 99-mile-an-hour fastball. It's now 2-2. The most asked question this week in Baton Rouge was who is going to start game 1 of the regional. Paul Skeens gets the start. Now, how many questions will be who starts game 2 tomorrow?
I think that's got to be Ty Floyd.
Here's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's 3-2. That's kind of the conventional wisdom. I think you're probably onto something there. But it doesn't mean they're not asking it.
No, and it does, and that all depends on who pitches in this game still as well.
2 outs, runner at first. Here's the payoff delivery, and it's down the middle, called strike 3. Paul Skeens punch out number 8 on the day, and Tulane is done. No runs, 1 hit. They leave that 1 man on. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 4-0 LSU. Pearson, Cruz, and White due up on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Josh Pearson will lead it off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. LSU leading Tulane 4-0 thus far. Pearson drove in a run on a ground ball out to second base back in the 2nd inning. And the first delivery from Carmouche catches the outside corner and surprises Josh Pearson and a lot of Tiger fans. It's 0-1.
Maybe the outside corner of the outside corner.
Here's the 0-1. This one misses low and away to the left-handed hitter. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Carmouche up to 51 pitches now, 37 strikes. He's battled, but just has not been able to put the Tigers away with 2 outs.
Off speed, there's a strike at the belt across the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Pearson. Cruz on deck, White to follow here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2. A little out in front, but fouls it towards the first base dugout of the Tigers. Tommy White with a one-handed grab. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Tigers scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The 1-2 to Pearson. Missed high, 2-2.
Carmouche has thrown a ton of strikes, 74% right now.
Carmouche, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed and on the hands. Pearson down on strikes and 1 gone. First time the Tigers have not had the leadoff man aboard. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on this, the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your home for LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball, the LSU Sports Radio Network, and streaming on the LSU Sports mobile app.
Along with our producer, Jeff Palermo, Doug Thompson, Buzzy Heidel, Chris Blair here in the opening game of the Baton Rouge Regional. 1 away. Bottom of the 4th, Dylan Cruz at the plate so far. 2 for 2 on the day. First delivery from Carmouche misses inside. It's 1-0.
Okay, so Buzz, the third baseman runs out to left when Cruz comes up.
And gets
a
different glove.
4 outfielders, grabs a different glove from the dugout, or they throw it to him. And they play with 3 infielders minus the second baseman.
Yeah, unless the second base umpire wants to make a play. If you
he's playing right where he should be.
He's playing second base.
Yeah,
that's it.
You've ever seen this?
I've seen a lot of shifts. This is the first one for me
where you see him change gloves.
Where it's changed gloves and you got 4 outfielders.
The 1-1 on the outside corner again. That will put Cruz behind in the count 1-2. And again, Tulane now playing with 4 outfielders from left to right, 3 infielders with third baseman, or I should say Scholes and Agabidas playing left of second as this pitch misses high and outside. Moves the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now to that point, you've seen 5 infielders.
For sure.
You've seen them bring a center fielder or something in, and then they play the gaps in the outfield.
What I don't think I've ever seen is them leave dead center wide open and second base wide open.
2-2 to Cruz. Leans in, but it missed low and away. Now fills the count 3-2.
Dylan Cruz hits a lot of balls to center field.
Well, I guess they figured if he's going to hit it out of the ballpark to center field, what does it matter?
Well, if he hits a line drive to center, though, that's a guaranteed double as opposed to being a base hit.
Payoff pitch. Swung
there it
on.
is. Oh, almost.
Towards left center field. Going to drop down. And Dylan Cruz now 3 for 3 on the day. So with 1 out, Cruz aboard. Just put it where they ain't. Dropped it right in front of one of the 4 outfielders playing in the left center field gap.
It would have been a hit in any
it doesn't matter where they stood. Yeah. And that's usually the case when he comes up to bat. And here comes the third baseman, grabs the third baseman's glove from the trainer. I don't know that I've ever seen the glove switching thing, for sure. Maybe that alignment at some point in a minor league game when nobody was really paying attention.
1 out, Tommy White stands in. Carmouche with a fastball, outer half, and it's 0-1, a called strike. White with a base hit back in the first inning, aboard on a walk in the second. Pearson down on strikes to start off this inning, but now with Cruz aboard. The pitch to White. Misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Tiger third baseman.
Is 390 with 20 dingers and 91 RBIs, is that a good season?
Yeah, that'd be a good season in any level, anywhere you play baseball.
No question.
The 1-1 stays away and it misses low. Ball 2, 2-1. Of course, Tommy White, Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens, we mentioned, who is National Player of the Year from collegiate baseball. But those 3 first-team All-Americans, no surprise. Just look at their numbers, look at the way they play. 2-1 the count to White. The pitch hit in the air, but not very high or deep. Coming over will be Agabidas, the second baseman, and he will glove it for the second out of the inning. So White just got a piece of it, launches it for the pop fly. And with 2 down, we'll see Trey Morgan. Morgan coming to the plate, hit into a double play in the first, flied out on a line drive shot to Hebert in the second inning. Again, the Tigers have scored in the 3 previous innings. And now with 2 down and a runner at first, Trey Morgan's got to find a way to extend it. Carmouche will throw over to first, and Cruz slides back head first. Lefty on lefty matchup as Carmouche comes set. Here's the pitch to Morgan. Popped him up to the shortstop Scholes, just left of second base, and he will have it for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Tigers go scoreless for the first time today. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on. We move now to the top of the 5th inning. LSU leading 4-0 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
Unrivaled content, unprecedented access. LSU Gold, powered by Bayou Traditions, is the only place for exclusive behind-the-scenes content featuring your favorite LSU teams. It's all access to the Tigers all year long, from pregame warm-ups to postgame celebrations and every moment in between. You can watch LSU Gold anywhere, anytime, and on your favorite device. Go to lsu.gold today to sign up for your free 7-day trial. so you can be there for each step of LSU's championship journeys. That's LSU.gold.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Action continues on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back with more on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tulane comes to the plate. They trail LSU 4-0. It will be Brennan Lambert to lead it off, batting in the 5 spot, the designated hitter for the Greenway. Strikeout victim to Skeens, his first at bat in the second. First delivery comes in a little high with a fastball from Skeens, and it's 1-0. Lambert, LaPrairie, and Beckstead due up for Coach Ullman and the Greenway. Skeens 1-0 pitch. Missed outside, so a couple of fastballs missing in the zone. It's 2-0 now to Lambert. Righty on righty matchup as the 2-0. Ground ball towards short. Backhanded by Thompson. Gets under control. Throws a rocket. Morgan goes high but has to come off the bag, and that will allow Lambert to arrive safely. Again, you could tell there, gentlemen, that Thompson knew he had to get set to make that throw. And again, just elevated that throw to first a little bit. Morgan did all he could do to go get it, number one, and then tried to apply the Olay tag and couldn't do so.
Yeah, that's a hit all day. It was just a tough play. The speed of the ball wasn't really hard enough. And Thompson would have had to make a perfect throw to get Lambert.
Third hit of the day for the Greenway. Now LaPrairie, the left-hander, awaits, and that breaking ball in for a strike from Skeens, and it's 0-1. LaPrairie batting for the second time today. Hit that fly ball to right field. Joe Baer made the play. They doubled up the Greenway with Baumgart. Little mistake on the base pads as this pitch misses high and outside. Skeens a little frustrated after delivering that pitch. Thought he could do better. It's 1-1.
They've almost, it seems to me, they've kind of changed strategies a little bit. They were very aggressive early. Now they seem to be making Skeens pitch deeper into counts.
Fastball fouled back into the screen, and that gets Paul ahead 1-2 on Jacob LaPrairie.
Well, look, if I was the head coach of an opposing team, which obviously I'm not, my thought would be get Skeens get him out of the game as quick as possible. I mean, right? Take as many pitches. Let him get me a few times if he's gonna, but let's get to that bullpen and see if we take our chances against them.
Spot on, Buzz.
Lambert down at first base. Nobody out. A 1-2 count to LaPrairie. Skeens fires, and this breaking ball low and inside. They appeal down to third. Daniel Jimenez says he did not go around. That'll even the count 2-2.
Remember the days of playing Will Davis, who now is the head coach at Lamar. He was our graduate assistant. He was in the dugout, and he'd always say when they take a pitcher out, maybe we'd be losing, or he'd say, this is perfect. He's like, this is what we want. This is the guy who we couldn't figure out all game. Who knows what's coming out of that bullpen? And I think that's probably the scenario you have as an opposing team.
This one up the middle. Oh, my goodness. Drive caught between the legs by Skeens, and he will fire to Morgan, and they will double up Tulane once again. Hot off the bat of LaPrairie, and who said pitchers aren't athletes? You see that move?
Buzz, he does.
I don't ever say that. I was one.
Come on.
A little bit of one. Come on now.
But look, we've got 2 top 10 plays, boys. That may be a play of the year, like played on Christmas Day. Between the legs, behind the back as he was turning, I just don't know if you can make a better play than that on the mound.
Empties the bases, 2 outs now, and that brings Beckstead to the plate. Skeens fires, fly ball to left field. Pearson went back, now coming in, and he'll grab the can of corn for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit. Spectacular play that Paul Skeens just made look ordinary. That's all for Tulane. Still 4-0 LSU leads. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hub International is Louisiana's premier employee benefits and commercial insurance brokerage. Hub can insure just about any risk that your business faces. Did you know Hub even insured the bonuses for our football coaches in 2022? Hub specializes in the construction, healthcare, real estate, and hospitality industries. Chances are you're probably already doing business with someone who does business with Hub. Turn to the agency that the Tigers, Saints, and Pelicans choose. Hub International. Visit them today at hubinternational.com.
Louisiana Lottery's Top 5 Hits. First up, hit $100. This game is loaded with $100 prizes. Next, climbing the chart is hit $200 with $200 prizes. Holding steady is hit $300 with lots of $300 prizes. A hard act to follow, hit $500 full of $500 prizes. And rocking its way to the top of the chart is hit $5,000 loaded with $5,000 prizes.
Spin your hit today and play the Hit family of games from the lottery. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the NCAA Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Still a 4-0 LSU lead. Nate Travinski going to lead off for the second time in today's game. It'll be Travinski, Beloso, and Dugas. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Dylan Carmouche still working on the mound. Begins his 5th inning of action. First pitch to Travinski. Misses low with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Going back to that great play by Paul Skeens to get the first 2 outs there in the top of the 5th inning. Doug, we mentioned it in the break after this 1-0 pitch to Hayden. Misses inside. Now 2-0. It gets Paul Skeens back into rhythm with the efficiency and the pitch count.
Yeah.
He was able to get that double play quickly and get right back in the groove.
Yeah, not only the double play, but the next batter swings at the first pitch for a fly out to end the inning, so that ball misses upstairs. It's 3-0 now to Travinski. He's found himself in hitters counts all day, by the way, but yeah, that puts Skeens right back in that 9th inning now at 12 pitches an inning.
This 3-0 pitch misses low from Carmouche, and Travinski will earn the walk. He'll head down to first base, and again, the Tigers get the leadoff man aboard.
And Buzzy, I think that's so important. There was a lot of question on who's going to pitch today. If Paul Skeens did get the ball today, I think it's imperative that he gets into the 9th inning or throws the last pitch of this game to be able to save and conserve that bullpen.
Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, you couldn't have Skeens going out, give you 5 innings, and then turn it over to the bullpen. It doesn't matter how good they would have pitched. They would have burned a few guys in that bullpen.
First delivery to Beloso. Inside missing for ball 1. Cade today flat out to center field in the first. Had a base hit in the third. Left stranded at third base.
I feel like there's a stat out there somewhere that says that when that opening day pitcher in a regional goes complete game, I bet that team wins more times than not.
Pitch low and inside to Beloso, and now makes it 2 balls, no strikes, and now we've got time called. As again, a right-hander has been warming for the Green Wave down in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's got to be, I'll tell you exactly who that is. That's Michael Lombardi. He's got 20 appearances on the year. 4 saves, so he's been one of their go-tos at the end of games. 25 2/3, only 15 hits allowed, which is pretty dang good, but 24 walks in those 25 innings and 26 strikeouts. So a 50-50 ball strike guy down there. I don't know if that's the one you want to necessarily depend on, certainly with runners on base.
So again, the pitching coach Anthony Izio out there. They'll just have a meeting. Now all broken up. Carmouche will stay on the mound again as the right-hander continues to throw for the Green Wave down in the left field bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes. Cade Beloso, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Travinski aboard on a walk. He stands at first base. Tigers leading 4-0. 4 runs on 8 hits. Green Wave scoreless on 3 hits today. 2-0 to Beloso. There's a strike at the knees. That'll make it 2 balls and 1 strike. And the wind dying down just a little bit. We've seen it whip around a little on the day. 2-1. Fastball missed low. Carmouche thought he got it. Home plate umpire Darren Hyman did not agree, and it's now a hitter's count for Beloso. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, and if you're Beloso, you got to look at one pitch. Carmouche is a little bit on the edge here of maybe going the opposite direction and breaking this thing open. Get a good pitch.
3-1. Chopper down the line, gets over the glove of Marquette at first. Into right field, LaPrairie will pick it up, and Travinsky easily around second into third. Runners on the corner. Second hit of the day for Cade Beloso. Another chop that just no chance for Marquette to get his glove on it. He stands pretty tall. He went straight up, but nowhere close to gloving that one.
Yeah, Doug, they might have let a little water. They might have took some water off that front edge of the plate and just let it get choppy and hard.
Yeah,
because the balls have been exploding off the ground.
It might have packed it a little bit too tight, but you know it's been awfully hot around here lately, and not a whole lot of rain. And they will make a call to the bullpen. They'll go to Lombardi here.
So Coach Ullman out there quickly making the call. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Tigers leading 4-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They now have runners first and third. Gavin Dugas coming to the plate when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, we're in the heat of the season. When you're powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, you're always on the winning team. Right now, take advantage of our home run offers on our tractor packages that include 0% financing. Visit us at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2023.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all new, all awesome perks. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors. Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here at the box, pitching change for Tulane. Michael Lombardi will come in relief for Dylan Carmouche as the Tigers lead 4-0 again, 4 runs on 9 hits. LSU now threatening with runners first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, Lombardi, he's 6'3", 185 pounds, but a freshman out of Fox Lane High School in Pound Ridge, New York. Again, his numbers on the year, he has a 6.6 ERA, 0-2 in 20 appearances this year. He's earned 4 saves. But in 25 2/3 of work, only 15 hits allowed, but 24 walks and 26 strikeouts. So he is going to be a 50-50 strike thrower, a precarious spot for a freshman here in a regional play against Gavin Dugas, the veteran.
So Dugas stands in. Lombardi, the right-hander, checks the runner first and third, now fires. Swing and a foul. As Dugas got a piece, sends it to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Gavin, by the way, had a single in the first inning, came around to score. Then laid down a sac bunt in the third inning. 0-1 the count. Lombardi to the plate. Watch out. Dugas having to drop down and slide out of the way as that one coming right towards the noggin. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that one looked like it went through one ear hole and out the other. Not sure how Dugas was able to get away. Thankfully he was, though, because, you know, you would like to see your hitters, Buzzy, stay in there with their feet, but those ones at the noggin, get out of the way as quickly as possible.
Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball and a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Dugas.
Yeah, I never fault a guy when that, you know, everybody always says, be a tough player, stay in there, draw hit by pitch for the team. When it's up by the shoulder, ears, face area, that's a spot That's the no-go zone.
Well, I mean, your face is your moneymaker. So
well,
for sure with you.
All of us in here, there's a reason we're on radio, I can tell you.
And Dugas, by the way, leads his team 26 hit by pitches, so normally he does not bail unless it is right there at the head. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lombardi fires. Again, high and tight. Brings Dugas back out of the way, and it evens the count 2-2.
Todd Polite's on the most hit by pitches in a season, because I feel like one of the Jordan brothers set that record, but I want to say it was up there close to 30. I don't know. Maybe if he's listening, he'll give me a bone.
Runners first and third, nobody out. The 2-2 to Dugas. In the air to center field. T.O. Banks goes back, now comes up a few steps, and on the run will make the grab, but certainly deep enough to bring in Travinski, who tags up. Scores the 5th run of the game, and Gavin Dugas gets a hand for a sac fly RBI. That's RBI number 40 on the year.
And I tell you, Doug, I feel like LSU, they must have the radio on in the pregame. I specifically said I thought at times LSU can be one-dimensional. They count on the home run, the big double, the home run. How good have they been with manufacturing runs, getting guys over, driving the ball into the outfield, hitting a ground ball to second base, and manufacturing those runs? Been a great job today.
Thank goodness we talked about it.
Joe Bear stands in, and the first pitch down in the dirt, chasing it up the line at third is Beckstead, and that will keep Beloso at first base. 1-0 the count.
But look, your identity is your identity, and I don't want LSU is going to hit home runs. You can look up and down the lineup. They've got guys all up and down with double digits. That's who they are. But like Skip Bertman used to say, I know you know it better than I do, Doug, it's how many bullets do we have right in the holster? Like anytime, we don't know what we're going to need to win a championship, but we want to have all the different variables to do it.
Pitch misses low to Joe Bear. Good take there. Makes it 2-0. Braden on the day, hit by a pitch in the second, came around to score a run, and then drove in a run in the 3rd inning on a ground ball chopper to first base. This one a foul down the first base line on a bouncer, and it's 2-1. Joe Bear, another one, guys, that we talked about coming down the stretch of the regular season, along with Hayden Travinski, who's been absolutely on fire. But Joe Bear getting a few more opportunities in the starting lineup, also swinging a very dangerous bat. And that certainly adds to an already dangerous offense. Here's the 2-1, way outside and high from Lombardi, and it's now 3-1.
And when Joe Bear or any other hitter, even Buzzy Heidel, gets in a 3-1 count, got a chance to do some damage, right, Buzz? Get it down early, make sure that you're able to take a good swing at a pitch in the zone.
Well, guys with so much power like a Joe Bear, you got to look one spot. If you don't get it, just take it. You got a guy who sometimes gets erratic. That was it.
3-1. Yeah. Swung on, fouls it back. Now a full count.
I shouldn't have said even, but that was harsh.
No, well,
I didn't mean disrespect. I mean, you had what, 2 career home runs?
That was a couple big ones, but listen, that's neither. We're not talking about me. This is about 2023 LSU Tigers, and I take my shots at the pitchers, and this was your moment, and I don't fault you for it.
Payoff delivery upcoming. Lombardi from the stretch. Here's the 3-2, and it's outside ball 4. Joe Bear will earn the walk, reaches base for the 2nd time today. That'll put runners first and second with just 1 out. And we'll see Jordan Thompson.
Well, we talked about the line here for Lombardi. He's not necessarily a strike thrower per se. Again, with 24 walks, now 25 walks, 26 strikeouts on the year. And he has flirted with a couple hit by pitches as well. He's not been anywhere really close to the strike zone. So a guy like this is what puts those crooked numbers up on the scoreboards pretty quick.
Here's a swing and a foul ball into the screen off the bat of Thompson, who laid down a sac bunt in the 2nd. Again, a strikeout victim to Carmouche in the 3rd. And it's 0-1 to Thompson. Again, the Tigers scored in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Held scoreless in the 4th, but have plated a run here on the sac fly RBI to lead 5-0. Here's a little knock into shallow right field. Coming in, LaPrairie will take it on the bounce. And that will load the bases here. Everybody advances. Thompson aboard safely with his first hit of the day. And with the bases loaded, it'll now be Josh Pearson coming to the play with a chance now with a 5-0 lead to break this game open.
It's the little things. It's the little things right there. Cade Beloso and Braden Joe Bear putting on a clinic of exactly how you're supposed to leave the base with that flare into the outfield that you're not sure about. Beloso between second and third was close enough to easily get back to second, and Joe Bear did the same thing at first base. Both were easily able to advance when they saw it hit the grass.
Josh Pearson stands in, 0 for 2 on the day. Off speed, misses high and outside from Lombardi. It's one of the things Jay Johnson mentioned to me before the game. I said, Coach, what did you do after you got back from Hoover? Gave the guys a couple of days off of rest. He said, we went back and really worked on some of the fundamentals, and base running and was one of those, and you saw it there. Bases loaded with 1 out. The 1-0 to Pearson. Again, off speed, but outside, ball 2, 2-0.
Well, it's such a good point, Chris. Look, I mean, at this point, you know the talent of your team. You've got All-Americans up and down the lineup. You've got all SEC players. You know, you're not going to teach them to hit better or field the baseball better, but the little fundamentals sometimes can be the difference, especially in postseason play.
2-0 the count. Pitch to Pearson. Got maybe a piece of that. Send it back to the backstop as Beckstead unable to glove it. It's 2-1.
It's about the bullets.
Yep.
How many bullets can you install? How many things can you do? How many things can you work on and do better than the other team? At this point in the season, everybody can swing it, pitch it, and field it. It's the small things that win championships in postseason play.
Pearson swings, launches it to left center field. Not very deep. Abear coming in, and he'll have it.
Deep enough.
He'll tag the runner up in Beloso, and he will easily score, and it's now 6-0. So Pearson, his second ribby of the day, a sac fly RBI, extends the lead. 6-0 now LSU leads. That's the second out. Leaves runners first and second. And we'll bring to the plate Dylan Cruz, who, oh, by the way, is 3 for 3 with a couple of singles and a double, and 1 run driven in and 1 run scored.
Yeah, and he's at 429, and that's an interesting number, Chris, because the highest anyone has ever hit here in 100-plus years of LSU baseball is 430, and Rafe Rhymes did that. So he has climbed back to, with these 3 hits, right underneath 430.
First delivery, a strike from Lombardi, who faces Cruz for the first time today, and it's 0-1.
Buzzy, a homer here. You feel like that's a good first nail in the coffin?
I'm good with it. Tulane's really done a nice job to stay out of the big inning, although if you keep going this rate, you're going to lose 9-0. But
oh, wow. Strike on the outside corner. Cruz falls behind 0-2, and I'm not sure Dylan quite agreed with that location, but nonetheless, he will choke up on the bat.
We'll have a time called first.
Well, as ball got loose from the bullpen.
I think it's past time to get these bullpens
underneath the stands, out in the outfield.
Yeah. Somewhere. Yep.
Runners first and second, 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. Swung on up the middle, perfectly placed is Agabitas, the second baseman, just right of second base. He'll toss to Schultz for out number 3. The Tigers, though, plate 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 men on. We head now to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 6-0 LSU lead over Tulane here in the Baton Rouge Regional. Game number 1 on Friday on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit SolarSupplyLuxair.com to learn about working with Luxair.
Will Scott Mobile Mini is the global leader in modular offices and storage containers. Keep your products safe and secure with our wide array of vault-like storage containers. Need shelves and lighting for your container? We can help. We have the right container for your industrial, commercial, or residential storage needs. All of our offices are delivered ready to work with customizable furniture options to fit any need. Give us a call at 800-841-7016 or visit our website at www.mobilemini.com.
The road to Omaha starts here in Baton Rouge. NCAA regional action continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Top of the 6th inning, Tulane comes to the plate. They now trail the Tigers 6-0. Agabitas, the second baseman, will lead it off. Skeens delivers a fastball, missed outside, and it's 1-0. Skeens so far, 5 innings of work, giving up just 3 hits. 8 strikeouts, no runs, no walks. So exactly thus far what Jay Johnson was hoping for when he handed the baseball to Paul Skeens. This one swung on, fouled back behind us, out of play, and it's 1-1 to Agabitas, who flied out to the shortstop Jordan Thompson on an incredible play in shallow center field back in the 3rd inning. A highlight play for sure. We've seen 2 today. Here's the 1-1. Missed high. Make it 2-1 to Agabitas.
Skeens has given up 3 hits, but Chris, he's only 1 over the minimum through his first 5 innings of work, thanks to 2 double plays. Actually, you got to add that Joe Bear grab off the top of the wall and double play at first base.
2-1, lifted and out of play over the third base dugout. That'll even the count 2-2.
And Joe Bear's play wasn't a double play, but last inning we saw Paul Skeens with back turned to home plate, stick the glove down between the legs, catch a line drive and double up the runner, who of course was off and running from first base.
2-2, launched in the air to left center field. Cruz perfectly placed. He'll go back on the run and gets under it for out number 1. So Agabitas retired, 1 gone here in the top of the 6th inning. So now we'll see number 9 hitter Gavin Scholes, the shortstop. He was a strikeout victim to Skeens. 8 on the day so far. Again, it's so enjoyable to watch Paul Skeens pitch, because you're watching number of strikeouts and you're watching number of pitches, as there's a swing and a miss to make it 0-1 to Scholes. There's kind of a game within a game within a game because he's so good.
I've been enjoying it all year, Chris, since night number 1. I think after the first inning, threw the headsets off, said this is going to be fun.
The 0-1, fastball misses high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's at 67% strikes. He's got an overpowering fastball, a slider, a spinner. What's it called now? Sweeper.
And the sweeper.
Change up.
The Karate Kid.
The 1-1. Fouled back out of play off the bat of Scholes, and it's 1-2.
And I'm going to stick by my guns and continue to say I think his most difficult pitch to hit for a right-handed hitter is that 2-seamer that comes in on the hands at 94 to 97 miles an hour.
Well, it's the strikes for me, which is the most impressive thing, at 99, 100 miles an hour.
There's a breaking ball for a strike at the belt. And Scholes, no offering. Down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. That's the 9th strikeout of the day for Paul Skeens.
Yeah, just like to emphasize your point, Buzzy, he's now at 176 strikeouts and 17 walks.
It's video game numbers, honestly.
That's 10-1 plus.
Hebert atop the order, wanted to drag bunt, but couldn't get a bat on the ball, and it's a called strike to make it 0-1. Hebert, by the way, in that top spot, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging.
And I was thinking about, will he catch the great Ben McDonald in terms of that 202 mark?
The 0-1, swing and a miss. Another fastball, and it's 0-2.
And here's what I came away with.
It's going to be close if they make a run.
If he does, then we're going to be in Omaha.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact.
Nobody on, 2 outs. Hebert waits. The 0-2 just missed outside. Good 0-2 pitch, but Hebert with a good eye makes it 1-2.
And if he does, it's going to be just as impressive, if not more, because he's going to have, and you can probably give a better answer, Doug. It's going to be 50 less innings than Ben have. I mean,
let's see.
35 to 50 less innings.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Skeens with strikeout number 10 on the day. That'll do it for Tulane. They go in order. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. Tigers lead 6-0. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers have 2, 3, and 4. White, Morgan, and Travinsky on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
Ah, this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tommy White leads it off. First pitch, ground ball towards the 6-hole. Scholes with a backhand, the throw to first, and in time to get Tommy White. So that time again you had Baumgart, the third baseman, going deep to his left, but luckily Scholes had a beat on that ground ball, made the play for the Green Wave. One gone on one pitch for Michael Lombardi, and we'll see Trey Morgan. We mentioned Paul Skeens' 10 strikeouts so far today. Still looks like he's got plenty left in him. 177 strikeouts on the year. As Trey Morgan now going to come over and visit with Jay Johnson. Coach calling a timeout, wants to talk to Trey and Travinsky.
That puts him 7th all-time in the SEC for strikeouts, past Ethan Small.
I went back earlier this week to watch Jay Johnson's press conference when he was hired 2 years ago. And one of the things he said after coming off that trip to Omaha with his Arizona team, he said, I realized to get to Omaha, to be successful in Omaha and win a title, you got to have guys like Kumar Rocker, who we faced in Omaha. And he said, that's what we have to do here. And right now you're looking at Paul Skeens 2 strikeouts that is, away from reaching that number from Kumar Rocker in SEC strikeouts in a year as Morgan's pitch misses outside.
Look,
it's 1-0.
There's a reason the number 1s and 2s in the big leagues make the most money because they're the most valuable position on the field, and Paul Skeens may be the most valuable pitcher in the country.
The 1-0 missed low. They'll peel down to third, and Daniel Jimenez says Morgan went around, so
guys,
it's 1-1.
We've had greatness. It surpassed us. Number 1 all time in hit by pitches. It's 23 by Bryce Jordan. Gavin Dugas is the all-time single-season hit-by-pitch leader.
Here's
with
a swing,
26 this year.
Swing and a foul back into the screen. And it's 1-2 now to Morgan, who, by the way, is 0 for 3 today. Hit into a double play in the first. Fly out to left in the second. Popped up to the shortstop Scholes in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. The pitch from Lombardi. Off speed, chopper up the middle, but placed as Scholes behind second base. He will glove it, throw to first for the second out of the inning. That time Scholes just left of the second base bag prior to that pitch, and it's amazing when you talk to Jamie Tutko, talk to Coach Wanaka on this LSU staff, the intricacy now and the data they have for each batter, each count for each batter, where the defense should be placed. Again, you can beat the shift. We've seen it a number of times, but it's amazing how they're able to place the infielders where they need to be. As Travinsky fouls this one back into the screen on the first pitch, it's 0-1.
Well, it's right, Chris. This is not your, father's baseball game anymore. Back in the day, just line it up and, outcompete somebody. I mean, that's part of it, but there's a lot of analytics in it, a lot of video, a lot of just data. And they, LSU goes by that a lot.
There's opposite field line drive, and LaPrairie almost ran too far in, but put on the brakes, jumps up, grabs it for out number 3. So a quiet inning for LSU. They go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They still lead 6-0. We head to the 7th here at the box as Banks, Margette, and Baumgart, 2, 3, and 4, due up for the Green Wave after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Plus, right now, Trane is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TraneSouth.com to find a local Trane dealer today. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
Louisiana Lottery's Top 5 Hits. First up, hit $100. This game is loaded with $100 prizes. Next, climbing the chart is hit $200 with $200 prizes. Holding steady is hit $300 with lots of $300 prizes. A hard act to follow, hit $500 full of $500 prizes. And rocking its way to the top of the chart is hit $5,000 loaded with $5,000 prizes.
Spin your hit today and play the hit family of games from the lottery. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Action continues on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back with more on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Top of the 7th inning here. Game 1 of the Baton Rouge Regional featuring number 1 LSU and number 4 Tulane. T.O. Banks leads it off for the Green Wave, and a breaking ball for a strike from Skeens, who has just been dialed in. And again, we talked about last week struggling in Hoover, but I mean, he looks like the Paul Skeens we've seen all year long. Here's the 0-1. The slider misses outside. Banks now with a 1-1 count. Banks, by the way, popped out to Thompson at short in the first and was a strikeout victim. 1 of 10 today for Paul Skeens. Double digits once again. Here's the 1-1. Banks launches into this one to deep center field. Cruz, though, on the run and on the track. He's able to get it. Makes that look easy. And a lot of times off the bat, that looks like that's coming off the track in the wall, but Cruz able to cover a lot of real estate.
You just said it best, Chris. He made it look easy. Buzzy, you know better than anybody. Yeah. Turning, they say, right, when you learn to catch a fly ball, you got to turn your back and sprint to where the ball's going to be. And that takes a while to make that adjustment as a player, to really be able to do that. But have you seen anybody do it better than him?
No, not. I really haven't. I mean, he glides. He doesn't run. He just glides.
Margette stands in, and a line drive just by a diving Thompson, who could not reach it into left center field. Margette with his second hit of the day has a 1-out single here. Just the 4th hit off Skeens this afternoon.
Yeah, for my money, Margette's the best hitter in this Tulane lineup.
No doubt, he puts together good at bat after at bat. But I mean, you're facing the 2, 3, and 4. This is the heart of the order. It's getting late. They've seen him a couple times now. As good as Skeens is, good hitters have seen you a few times. They're going to put good swings on you. So this is an important inning for Paul Skeens.
Baumgart stands in. The first pitch gets away from Paul, low and away, and it's 1-0.
It's funny you say. I was going to ask. That's the general thought. Is that after you see a guy a couple times, but does that also relate to a guy like Paul Skeens?
Well, I think it relates. It's just it's still hard.
Here's the 1-0, a swing and a miss, and Baumgart late coming around. It's 1-1.
Right. You see maybe guys that aren't as talented as Skeens, they really get hit. Whereas Tulane still has their work cut out for them. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, they've seen him now. They're a little more comfortable, not completely comfortable at the plate.
The 1-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away, runner at first. Tulane down 6-0 here to LSU. Coming up later tonight, it'll be the Bearcats of Sam Houston taking on the Beavers of Oregon State. Here's the 1-2. Missed outside. That'll make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we mentioned first time since 2019 LSU hosting a regional, again a national seed. So should they be able to survive, get through this one, they will host the Super next week. But it's nice to play Oregon State, if that is to happen, here in Baton Rouge. We had that opportunity several years ago to go to Corvallis, Oregon.
Well, LSU's been real familiar with the state of Oregon, I feel like,
yes,
over the last few years.
2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Baumgart, second out of the inning. Paul Skeens now strikeout number 11. And that time Baumgart looked all kinds of uncomfortable. Great placement on the pitch by Skeens and too much on it. No chance for Baumgart to get a bat on that ball. So with 2 down, a runner at first. We'll now see Brennan Lambert come to the plate. He had a single back in the 5th, also a strikeout earlier in the 2nd inning. Skeens from the stretch. And the breaking ball missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Fans, Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier, proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. Marquette at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball missed high and outside, 2-0.
Skeens now approaching 90 pitches. That's 87 for the afternoon.
From the stretch with a 2-0 count and a foul off the bat of Lambert will make it 2-1. The other thing we haven't brought up, and I mentioned it to Jay in the clubhouse earlier today, kudos to he and the staff putting together this schedule, because when the brackets came out on Monday, I started to look to see the out-of-conference opponents for LSU and how many are in an NCAA regional, 2 of which, Sam Houston and Tulane, the Tigers took on earlier in the year, are here in this region. Here's the 2-1. Missed just off the outside corner with that fastball. It's 3 balls and 1 strike, but there are a number of out-of-conference opponents, not to mention the always apparent SEC, that have made it to an NCAA regional that faced the Tigers this year. The 3-1 belted in the air, right center field. Again, Cruz going back. Cruz at the track, and this one over the fence. Lambert with his 10th home run of the year. A 2-run bomb gets Tulane on the board. That'll make it 6-2 as Skeens gives up just his 7th home run of the year.
Yeah, he just got that one up in the jet stream out to right center field. A nice job there. Great at bat by Brennan Lambert. And a 3-2 count to take the pitch out over right center.
Yeah, Baton Rouge native. You know that's an exciting moment for that young kid against a future major leaguer. Ball up out of the zone for Skeens, and you said it best, Doug. I mean, Lambert, who's got home run potential and power, he just put a good swing and got it up in that right center jet stream. I mean, ball was hit well, don't get me wrong, but got up and out of the ballpark.
The Prairie stands in. The first pitch, he fouls down the third base line, and it's 0-1. So a little bit of life here in the top of the 7th as Tulane gets on the board. 6-2. But now if you're Skeens, you just want to find this third out quickly, get into the dugout. Again with that pitch count. This will be his 93rd pitch of the day. The 0-1. I'm not sure where that missed. May have been confused because La Prairie didn't go all the way around, but that one looked at the belt, at least on the outer half of the plate, but it's ruled ball 1, 1-1. Wind now blowing in towards home plate as the 1-1 pitch. Maybe in letter high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to La Prairie, who on the day is 0 for 2, hit into a couple of double plays. There's a strike. The fastball to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, La Prairie took one deep to right. Jobert made the play, doubled up the runner at first base. And then Paul Skeens between the legs took a sharply hit line drive for a double up. The 2-2. Just missed the outside corner with that fastball. Skeens thought he had him. That'll fill the count 3-2.
Wow. Heck of a pitch. I mean, could he went either way, wasn't going to make friends either way, was the home plate umpire, but great pitch by Paul Skeens.
Here's the payoff delivery to the plate. Fouled back off the bat of La Prairie, and it'll keep it 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, look, you tip your head to Tulane. I mean, when you don't give up a big inning, which Tulane really has, I mean, they've given up runs in a bunch of the innings and even a 2 spot in a couple innings, but you run a ball out of the yard and you look up and it's a 4-run ball game, and they've got just as good a chance as any with a few innings left.
See if Skeens can shut it down here. Another payoff pitch, and again fouled off the bat of La Prairie into the screen behind the plate. Still 3-2. Yeah, I think we've all been in agreement over the last 3 or 4 innings before the Tigers come to the plate, saying they need that inning to kind of blow this game open. They've been unable to do that, and as you said, tip your cap to Tulane. Find themselves here in the latter innings within striking distance, down 4 runs, 6-2. Another payoff pitch coming. Skeens looks in. Here's the wind, and it's belted to left center field, but Dylan Cruz placed perfectly, comes over to his right, gloves it for out number 3. But the Green Wave get on the board. 2 runs on 2 hits. Lambert with a 2-run bomb to right center field. It's now 6-2, LSU leading. Tigers have Beloso, Dugas, and Gilbert due up when we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the NCAA Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU leading now 6-2. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cade Beloso to lead it off. Cade today in the 5 spot, 2 for 3 at the plate, including a base hit in his last 2 at-bats. As the first pitch from Lombardi, a called strike. That'll make it 0-1. LSU led 6-0. Tulane with a 2-run bomb off the bat of Brennan Lambert. Made it a 6-2 ball game. Tigers looking to add more here. The 0-1 breaking ball in for a strike on the inside corner. Beloso falls behind in the count, 0-2. Tigers scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, scoreless in the fourth, added 2 more in the fifth. Scoreless last time in the 6th inning when they went down in order. The 0-2. Same pitch, this time low and inside. That'll make it 1-2 now to Cade Beloso. Winner of today's game will play the late game tomorrow at 8 o'clock here at the box. Here's the 1-2. Missed high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the Baton Rouge Regional paired with the Lexington Regional. The Kentucky Wildcats out of the SEC able to get the host position. Here's the 2-2s. Beloso swings, pops it up onto the infield. Coming in will be Margette, the first baseman, near the line, and he has it for out number 1. In fact, a huge music festival going on in Lexington, so they had trouble finding hotel rooms for the team.
I've heard about this, Chris. What, are they in dorms?
They are in dorms, but kudos to Kentucky and the NCAA, whoever gets credit for it. They actually opened up dorms there on the campus to house the teams. But again, fans are having to go to Louisville and even south to Richmond to spend the night. As this delivery to Gavin Dugas from Lombardi misses high for ball 1.
Just shows not a whole lot of confidence over there in Lexington that the Wildcats will be playing postseason baseball maybe.
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to Dugas. Swings, pops this one up near second base.
Watch the sun.
Agabitis, right of second base, able to fight it and make the grab for out number 2. So 2 pop outs here to start the inning in the bottom of the 7th. The Railbird Music Festival goes on every year in Lexington. Pretty big deal. So,
what kind of genre, Chris, of music?
Country, you know, a little bit of little bluegrass, little country. Draws big crowds.
What you'd expect. Well,
basically took every hotel room.
So a lot of banjos is what you're telling me.
Yeah, sure. Fiddles and banjos.
Fiddles, that's right.
Misses outside to Braden Jobert. Or as you fancy people say, violins. We call them fiddles. 1 ball, no strikes to Braden Jobert, who has again been on base 2 occasions. Also drove in a run. And there's a strike on the outside corner off speed from Lombardi to make it 1-1. Shift is on to Jobert, the left-handed hitter. They've got 3 infielders right of second base. The 1-1. Big swing, but it's fouled down the line. This one
that's going to
headed
be
towards the golf course.
Yeah.
It's 1-2 now to Jobert. Braden, 10 home runs, a member of the double-digit home run club for this LSU squad. With 2 down and nobody on, behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Lombardi able to silence the bats for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, nobody on base. They lead 6-2. We head to the top of the 8th here in Game 1 of this regional. Tulane coming to the plate next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
At Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, our top priority is customer comfort. For over 20 years, Southern Air has been dedicated to providing honest pricing with no surprises and passing along their savings to you. Call them today to receive $50 off any AC or plumbing repair, or take advantage of their special financing with no money down and low monthly payments. Call them today at 225-777-8888. That's Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. NIL is dominating the college sports scene, and LSU has positioned itself at the front of the pack. But to remain competitive and stay ahead of the rest, we need your support. Bayou Traditions is the official NIL collective of LSU Athletics. Join the tradition and become a member by signing up online at BayouTraditionsCollective.com. Members receive exclusive access to LSU student athletes that you can't get anywhere else. Help ensure LSU remains a leader in the NIL arena. Sign up today at BayouTraditionsCollective.com.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
The road to Omaha starts here in Baton Rouge. NCAA regional action continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
7-8-9 due up for Tulane. Here at the top of the 8th inning, they trail LSU 6-2. Tigers had a 6-0 lead until a 2-run homer off the bat of Brennan Lambert. There in the top of the 7th, got the green wave on the board. Skeens fires to the right-hander, and it's a strike on the inside corner to make it 0-1. Beckstead today, the catcher, caught looking in the 3rd, flied out to left field last time in the 5th inning. The 0-1 from Skeens. Fastball, let her high, and a called strike. It's 0-2. Skeens today, 5 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 11 strikeouts. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Beckstead awaits, and the pitch. A little tapper, bouncer in the grass. White charging in, gloves it, throws to first in time for out number 1. Nice job by Tommy White. Aggressive attacking that ground ball. And that will retire Beckstead, and that'll bring Agabitis, the second baseman, to the plate, who's 0 for 2 on the day. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on this, the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Your home for LSU Fighting Tiger baseball, the LSU Sports Radio Network, and streaming on the LSU Sports mobile app.
First pitch to Agabitis, a called strike, and it's 0-1 along with our producer, Jeff Palermo. Doug Thompson, Buzzy Heidel, Chris Blair, happy to have you with us on this Friday, game 1 of the Baton Rouge Regional. Tigers up 6-2. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, lifted in the air to left field. Pearson coming in, and Pearson has the grab for out number 2. Agavitas retired. That'll bring us to Gavin Scholes, the shortstop, who's also 0 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, for the first time all afternoon, there's nobody throwing in LSU's bullpen, but there's sure a heck of a lot of guys down there getting loose, doing some arm care stuff. So would love to see Skeens finish this thing out, but just in case, there are some LSU pitchers down in the bullpen.
I think you need a quick out here. By the way, that was the 105th pitch of the game. Came in there at 100 miles an hour. And that's what I think we're seeing there, Buzzy. If he gets out of here with less than 110, I think we'll see him out for the 9th. More than 110, they'll probably go to the bullpen. That's just my guess.
1-0 delivery. A strike on the outside corner with a fastball at 99 for Skeens, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Another strike. Another fastball at 100 miles an hour on the board. It's 1-2. Skeens, the 1-2 pitch. Hit up the middle, base hit off the bat of Scholes, who has his first hit of the day. Drove it right back up the middle, and a 2-out single keeps the inning going.
That one almost got a piece of Skeens. Luckily it did not, but he's up to 108 pitches now.
Yeah, he's had a couple balls up the middle that either going right by him, one's hit him. He's obviously made a play, an unbelievable play on a ball between his legs that he was able to catch and double off the Tulane base runner. But, I think a lot of people forget how close 60 feet 6 inches is. And when that ball is thrown 100 miles an hour and hit back even harder, that's a quick reaction time.
So now it'll be Brady Hebert atop the order with a runner on and 2 outs. As Skeens will toss over to keep an eye on Scholes, who Doug mentioned earlier, second leading base stealer for the Green Wave on the year. He's 9 of 13. So Skeens certainly well aware of that. Sizable lead off of first, and another quick throw, and just getting back is Scholes. It's a quick move. We mentioned it last week in Hoover. That move now by Paul Skeens looks a lot like Ty Floyd's.
Just like.
Very quick move. 2 outs, runner on. Pitch to Hebert. And it will miss for ball 1. Fastball at 100 miles an hour. Hebert today, 3 strikeouts atop the order. Caught looking in the first, swinging in the 4th, and again swinging in the 6th inning. 1-0, smack to center field. Another base hit. Around second, Scholes on his way to third, and he will reach safely. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs.
We'll see if that gets anyone up down in the bullpen. Still everyone sitting down, no movement at all.
Yeah, I got to believe that'll start somebody playing a little catch. But look, Tulane, you can take their record, put it out the door as Jay Johnson comes in. I think he just wants to talk to Skeens, but good approach. I mean, they're not trying to do too much with Skeens. They're taking short, quick swings, which it has to be when the ball's coming in at 100 miles an hour, and they're doing a good job of staying through the middle of the field, meaning through the pitcher's mound, through second base, through center field, and making a lot of good contact here of late.
Well, it looks like we have a couple of pitchers now up and throwing. Ackenhausen and Hurd just starting the soft toss down in the bullpen as Jay Johnson out there to visit with Paul Skeens. Tiger fans, it's time for the Louisiana Lottery's greatest hits. Rocking its way to the top of the chart is Hit 5000. Game loaded with $5,000 prizes. Spin your hit today. Stop in at any lottery retailer. Ask for Hit 5000 for your chance to win. Must be at least 21 to purchase. So again, a 4-run lead for LSU, 6-2. You're in the top of the 8th inning. That 2-run homer looms large now as it gets Tulane within striking distance. Still 2 outs. T.O. Banks at the plate. The first pitch, a breaking ball misses from Skeens. It's 1-0 as the ball got loose from the bullpen. They'll retrieve it, send it back down right field way.
Oh, nice throw by the bat boy. A little crow hop.
Gets a lot of love from the LSU faithful.
Just a little guy. Almost got it there all the way.
I mean, he went hand catch and then one crow hop throw. That was nice.
The 1-0 in the air to right field. Jobert on the run in fair territory, now near the line, and in foul territory will make the grab for out number 3. Another great play by Jobert in right. And Tulane finished here in the top of the 8th. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on at the corners. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Crowd getting a little up as the Tigers lead
for Skeens? We'll
6-2. Tigers come to the plate. It'll be Thompson, Pearson, and Cruz when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Jordan Thompson leads it off for the Tigers. They lead 6-2. First pitch missed inside and low for ball 1. Second delivery from Lombardi misses low. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Thompson on the day, 1 for 2, and a base hit in the 5th inning. Goes without saying, the Tigers looking for runs here. They've been held scoreless in the last 2 frames. After scoring 4 of the first 5. Here's a opposite field line drive, base hit. Second hit of the day for Thompson, leadoff man aboard for the Tigers. Something, Doug, that LSU's done very well today. But again, yet to have that big inning against this Tulane pitching staff.
Yeah, that is the 5th time the Tigers have had the leadoff runner aboard in 8 chances. And that also breaks up a streak of 7 consecutive retired by Lombardi.
Now we'll see Pearson come to the plate. Pearson, a couple of RBI, sac fly RBI in the 5th inning on a ball sent to left field. First delivery missed outside, 1-0. Also had a ground ball out that scored a run back in the 2nd. Strikeout victim in the 4th inning.
I feel like we won't know until there's 1 out if Paul Skeens will go out for the 9th inning.
Here's the 1-0, squaring to bunt, brings it back, pitch inside, and it's 2-0.
Well, there's nobody throwing right now. You're saying if it gets to 1 out, maybe somebody starts playing a little catch down there?
If they're going to go in the game, they're probably going to wait until there's 1 out, maybe 2 even.
I think it's Paul Skeens' game. That's what I'm going with.
I hope so. 112 pitches, though. 8 innings already, a season high for Skeens.
Pitch to Pearson, popped him up.
Tough play.
Shallow right field, but going back, second baseman, and having the play is Agabidi. He'll make the grab about 20 feet into the grass in right center for out number 1. Pearson retired. That'll bring Dylan Cruz, top of the order, who's 3 for 4 today. Single in the 1st, scored a run, had a double with an RBI in the 2nd, and a single in the 4th inning. Aboard on a fielder's choice back in the 5th, and now we have the pitching coach again for the Green Wave coming out, calling for time. That's Anthony Izio. Again, they've got 2 arms throwing down in the left field bullpen.
Well, we got a little time, Chris. I want to give just a shout-out to a longtime fan of ours, and she's recently passed away, Miss Amelia Lanois.
Yeah.
She's been a huge fan. She's loved listening to you, Chris, loved listening to Doug, and rumor has it she even loved listening to me. But she's a huge fan. She was a huge fan down in Donisville, Miss Amelia Lanois, Mr. Randy Lanois' mother, and I just want to give a shout-out to her. I know she's watching from a better place right now.
Prayers for Mr. Randy and the whole family, David, BG, Travis, and all the others.
Absolutely, Doug. Thank you for mentioning all those guys, too.
So the meeting
she lived a very long life, though, 93, I believe, right?
Unbelievable life, yep.
Anthony Izio now done with his meeting after home plate umpire Darren Hyman went out there to hurry it up. Dylan Cruz stands in, runner at first, one down. And Lombardi, the right-hander, checking the watch. Now we'll look over to first, keep an eye on Thompson, and we'll soft toss over that way as Jordan slides back safely. Ken Lombardi checks the watch. Now comes set again. The right-hander looks in. Pitch to Cruz. Misses low. Ball one. A little bit of cloud cover here. Giving a little relief from the sun on an otherwise very warm day. 91 degrees currently here at the box. Here's the 1-0. Cruz swings and fouls it out of play right side. 1 ball and 1 strike. I mentioned that Lexington Regional. Kentucky gets the win today in their first game over Ball State. Another throw over to keep an eye on Thompson at first.
Look, I know LSU's got to take care of business here, Chris, but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Kentucky does not get out of their regional.
You see, who do you see? West Virginia?
West Virginia, absolutely. I think West Virginia's.
Swung on and fouled out of play off the bat of Cruz to make it 1-2. Well, West Virginia, one of those teams, as Jay Johnson says, playing their best baseball right now. They're red hot coming into the region.
Well, and look, I realize you never do something until you do it, but Kentucky has had a lot of not been great out of
That's a big prediction after game 1 win.
Out of regional. Just wait, Coach.
Okay, I'm going to watch.
Let it all play out like it's supposed to.
The 1-2 off speed, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Dylan Cruz did not like that call. Neither did Tiger fans. He's down on strike, second out of the inning, and we'll see Jay Ullman, the head coach of Tulane, on his way out with Tommy White coming to the plate. And that may be all. He'll make the change. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll tell you about the new Green Wave pitcher after this. 2 outs. Tigers have 1 man aboard. They lead 6-2 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
At Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, our top priority is customer comfort. For over 20 years, Southern Air has been dedicated to providing honest pricing with no surprises and passing along their savings to you. Call them today to receive $50 off any AC or plumbing repair, or take advantage of their special financing with no money down and low monthly payments. Call them today at 225-777-8888. That's Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Tiger fans, we're in the heat of the season. When you're powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, you're always on the winning team. Right now, take advantage of our home run offers on our tractor packages that include 0% financing. Visit us at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2023.
Unrivaled content, unprecedented access. LSU Gold, powered by Bayou Traditions, is the only place for exclusive behind-the-scenes content featuring your favorite LSU teams. It's all access to the Tigers, all year long, from pregame warm-ups to postgame celebrations and every moment in between. You can watch LSU Gold anywhere, anytime, and on your favorite device. Go to lsu.gold today to sign up for your free 7-day trial, so you can be there for each step of LSU's championship journeys. That's lsu.gold.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball from the NCAA Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
6-2, LSU leading Tulane here in the first game of the Baton Rouge Regional. Later tonight, Sam Houston and Oregon State will get together. The winner of this game today plays tomorrow night in the later affair. LSU led 6-0 early. Tulane with a 2-run bomb by Lambert in the top of the 7th got on the board. Again, LSU looking to add more runs here. And Tommy White coming to the plate with 2 down. New pitcher Grant Clevenger takes over for the Green Wave.
Yeah, Clevenger is actually the brother of Garrett Clevenger, a lefty for the Tampa Bay Rays. And for this season, Clevenger has worked 19 appearances. He's had 2 starts this year. His ERA is a 10.18. 20 innings. He's allowed 23 hits, 26 runs. He has 23 walks and 32 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .271 off the tall left-hander. Clevenger stands in at 6'5", 210 pounds. He's a freshman out of Lawrence High School in Lawrence, Kansas.
And it's that it's a left-hander from the 3/4 angle, Doug. It's 88-92. He's fastball, slider, changeup. And you mentioned it with the walks. He does struggle at times with command.
And there's a pitch inside, and low, gets away from Beckstead, and that will allow Thompson to scoot on into second base. So with 2 outs now, Tigers have a runner in scoring position, and the RBI leader, Tommy White at the plate. 91 ribbies on the year, and it's a 1-0 count to White, who's 1 for 3 on the day, had a single back in the first. So Clevenger will step back up on the bump. Left-hander looks back to second, now fires to the plate. Again, low and inside, this time held on to by Beckstead, who will fire down to second. Thompson able to get back. Good job by Jordan. He was trying to read that pitch. Would it get by Beckstead? Wisely realized he would get back to the bag safely.
Yeah, you got to be absolutely sure to try to take third base with 2 outs. You're already in scoring position. I know there's more ways to score from third and second with 2 outs, but still probably going to take a base hit to get you in.
Pitch low and inside again from Clevenger. Now 3-0 the count to Tommy White. We'll go back to that same question earlier. 2 outs in the inning.
There you go.
And they're going to go ahead and walk him. So again, they didn't want to give him anything to hit after a 3-0 count. Second time today, they'll intentionally walk Tommy White. And now we have Jay Ullman, again, the head coach, coming in. He's already made the change. So that's all for Clevenger. Pitching change again, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll give you the new Green Wave pitcher. It's a 6-2 LSU lead, 2 outs. Tigers have runners first and second when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, we're in the heat of the season. When you're powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana, you're always on the winning team. Right now, take advantage of our home run offers on our tractor packages that include 0% financing. Visit us at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2023.
Louisiana Lottery's Top 5 Hits. First up, hit $100. This game is loaded with $100 prizes. Next, climbing the chart is hit $200 with $200 prizes. Holding steady is hit $300 with lots of $300 prizes. A hard act to follow, hit $500 full of $500 prizes. And rocking its way to the top of the chart is hit $5,000 loaded with $5,000 prizes.
Spin your hit today and play the Hit family of games from the lottery. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rentals, sales, parts, and service.
The road to Omaha starts here in Baton Rouge. NCAA regional action continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tulane once again calls upon the bullpen. Will Prigge will come in with 2 outs. Runners first and second for LSU. Tigers leading 6-2. Again, they scored 1 run in the bottom of the first, added 2 more in the bottom of the second, another run in the bottom of the third, 2 more in the bottom of the fifth to have a 6-0 lead. Tulane would get on the board with a 2-run blast to right center field off the bat of Brennan Lambert in the 7th inning, and that's where we are. A 6-2 LSU lead, but the Tigers certainly looking for more here as Trey Morgan will come to the plate to face Will Prigge.
Yeah, Prigge making his 10th appearance of the year. He has a 5.56 ERA, has thrown 11 1/3 innings, given up 13 hits, 7 runs, 8 walks, and 11 strikeouts.
Getting Prigge with it.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you?
Waited that entire time for you to stop.
That's been on his mind since they made the call.
Morgan stands in. He's 0 for 4 today. Due for something. This pitch off speed, but way outside to the left-hander, and it's 1-0. Morgan hit into a double play in the first inning, flied out to left in the second, popped out to the shortstop Scholes in the 4th inning, and then a ground out to Scholes back in the 6th.
But couldn't agree with you more, Doug. If that's not his walkout song at in New Orleans, down at Turchin.
Pitch misses low to Morgan, make it 2-0.
Or at least in the quarter after the game.
It's got to be. It's got to be somewhere on the list.
He goes to the DJ booth. Can you please play Getting Jiggy with It real quick?
Yeah.
It's my deal.
Thompson at second. White on the intentional walk at first. 2 balls, no strikes to Morgan. Here's the pitch, and short of the plate. Nice job by Beckstead to block that one up. That one about 3 feet short of home plate. It's now 3-0 to Morgan. You green light Trey Morgan with 2 outs, runners first and second?
No.
I
let him walk for the hottest hitter in college baseball to get up there.
Why not? Let's get Trey Morgan back hot again. Why not? We got a 4-run lead.
3-0 pitch. Again short of the plate with a breaking ball. That will walk Morgan. That will load the bases with 2 outs. And again, LSU with a chance here to add to their 4-run lead, and it is one of the hottest hitters in all of college baseball over the last 12 games. It's Hayden Travinski, who is 2 for 3 today. A double with an RBI to get the first run on the board in the first, had a single in the third, came around to score. A board on a walk in the 5th, scored a run. Last time flied out to right field to Jake LaPrairie. And timeout called as Scholes, the shortstop, going to come over and visit with Will Prigge on the mound. And now Baumgart, the third baseman, and the catcher Beckstead will join them. Still a right-hander throwing for Tulane down in the bullpen.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to bust it wide open.
Travinski again 2 for 3 today. Gave you his numbers earlier in the broadcast. He's been on fire over the last 12 contests.
By the way, no one loosening up in the Tigers bullpen. Looks like we'll see number 20 one more inning.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch to the plate. Short of the plate again. 3rd straight pitch that did not reach home plate from Prigge. It's 1-0.
Man, has Travinski not been ahead in the count in all of his plate appearances? Look at this. We got a mound visit, likely a change here, mid at bat.
So Jay Yeoman again back out on his way to the mound. Bring the infield in. Hasn't made the call just yet.
Yep.
Now they will. So another pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Another right-hander coming in for the Green Wave. 2 outs, bases loaded. Travinski at the plate. The Tigers lead 6-2. Back at it after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball. In the Baton Rouge, the LSU Sports Radio.
Tiger fans, we're in the heat of the season. When you're powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Hi, Jeff. If you can, after that last spot, just bring it back without a bumper.
Now, take advantage of our home run offers on our tractor packages that include 0% financing.
Copy that.
Visit us at sunnycliff.com. Some restrictions apply.
I don't know. I just heard a bumper start.
Well, because when I hit the pitching change 4, a bumper started playing.
Oh, so you killed it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Albertsons is
Just
making
don't want to miss
shopping
this.
and saving easier than ever.
Yeah,
Just For You deals is now Albertsons For You. It's everything you love about Just For You with all new perks. Get rewarded for just being you, including personalized deals, a free item every month, and even a treat on your birthday. With Albertsons For You, you earn points every time you shop and redeem them for discounts on groceries and more. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 or more purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or simply update your existing mobile app to see your all-new, all-awesome perks. Albertsons. Fresh foods, local flavors. Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
Back to LSU Fighting Tiger Baseball in the Baton Rouge Regional on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Big moment in the game here with the Tigers leading 6-2. LSU has loaded up the bases with 2 outs. Hayden Travinski will be at the plate. He's got a 1-0 count. Tulane calling upon Colin Riley to take over, another right-hander out of the bullpen.
Yeah, Tiger faithful having a little fun with Colin Riley. He's turned a couple to the backstop and probably drawn more fan admiration than he was looking for. Riley making his 21st appearance of the year, his 19th out of the bullpen. In 28 1/3, he's allowed 31 hits, 23 earned runs. He has 20 walks and 29 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .282 off the right-hander.
So with his final warm-up tosses, that'll bring Hayden Travinski back to the plate. Tigers have Thompson at third, Tommy White at second, Trey Morgan.
Riley
walk at first base.
Riley started his windup before Travinski even got in the batter's box.
The 1-0. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
Umpire had to say, wait a minute, big guy. We don't have a hitter yet. Relax. Say he's somewhat anxious.
The 1-1 to Travinski. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball dropped down, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and that's the scouting report, Chris, right there. You saw a pitch. He threw the fastball at 90 miles an hour, and he goes to that, what they call a slider, but it works more like a cutter at 83, 84 miles an hour.
The 1-2. Missed low, almost same pitch, and Travinski stays away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 6-2 LSU leads. Riley takes his time with 6 on the pitch clock, fires the 2-2 pitch. Drops in low, again a good eye by Travinski to stay away. Works it full, 3-2, nowhere to put him. Riley trying to gain his composure here. Big pitch coming up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs.
Ball 4.
Miss for ball 4, and that will bring in Jordan Thompson. Tigers now make it 7-2. So Travinski down to first, White to third, Morgan to second. And we'll see Cade Beloso swung a good bat today. He's 2 for 4.
I'll tell you, the 2-2 pitch was probably more impressive than the 3-2 take from Travinski. When your bases loaded, the crowd's going crazy, you got a chance to really put it away. You can get in swing mode and just be ready to swing at anything, and Travinski had enough discipline to just hold on.
First pitch to Beloso, swung on towards the shift, going to be handled there by Agabitas, and he will throw to first in time for out number 3. But the Tigers get back on the board, 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 3 men on. We move now to the top of the 9th. Last chance for Tulane. 7-2, Tigers lead. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell. When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Trane. Plus, right now, Trane is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit TraneSouth.com to find a local Trane dealer today. It's hard to stop a train. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net. Action continues on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back with more on the road to Omaha from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Top of the ninth inning. Tigers now lead 7-2. Tulane comes to the plate. Last chance for the Green Wave. Leading things off will be Margette, the first baseman, who's 2 for 3 on the day against Paul Skeens. Skeens fires the first pitch. It's a fastball at 98, and it's 0-1. Couple of changes. Braden Jobert moves from right field to left. Paxton Kling, the freshman from Pennsylvania, moves into right field. And Ben DePaul takes over at second base. 0-1 the count. Pitch to Margette. Ooh, just missed inside.
How about that Paul Skeens chant when he ran back out there and picked up the ball? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll get the heartbeat going a little bit here in the box.
Well, that pitch at 99 miles an hour is 114th of the day. 1 ball, 1 strike to Margette. The pitch, sent in the air to center field.
Got a guy there.
Cruz on the run.
Out.
Cruz gets there in time, shy of the track. 1 down, 2 to go for the Fighting Tigers of LSU.
So I'll tell you, look, they've got a couple guys in the bullpen getting loose. Like if I'm Skeens, and I don't know, Doug, you tell me, when Skip would come out there, was it a absolute, hey, you're coming out the game, or was it a,
no,
hey, how are you
feeling?
How are you feeling, big guy? Like, I mean, because if I'm Skeens, it's, hey, you're not taking the ball away from me. Give me 20 more pitches to get 2 more outs.
Well, once the 9th gets inside, I'll let this pitch go.
First pitch to Baumgart, swing and a miss. Breaking ball gets by him. It's 0-1.
Once the 9th is in sight as a starter, you're like, you're going to have to pry this ball from my dead fingers.
Correct.
Before you take me out. And my experience with Coach Burtman.
The 0-1 fouled back into the screen. Now 0-2.
First, let's just say there weren't too many experiences because I didn't get to the 9th inning very often. But the couple times I did, there was a discussion and a little bit of a debate. Now, I'm not saying I always won that debate, but you're absolutely out there, as you would imagine, trying to talk yourself into staying into that game.
0-2 the count to Baumgart, the right-hander, with 1 down. Here's the pitch from Skeens. Just missed low, making 1 ball, 2 strikes. A nice 0-2 pitch. Speaking of Skip Burtman, just saw him in the crowd taking in the game today, along with Scott Woodward and Kim Mulkey.
Joe Sherman's down there. Nothing but Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame legends.
The 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Baumgart for the 3rd time today. Skeens with his 12th strikeout. 2 down, 1 to go for the Fighting Tigers of LSU.
Now, I need him to get 1 more because I said he would be in the teens in this game. And here we are in the 9th inning with an opportunity to do so. He has obviously now gone past the total pitches in the year with 118. And he's 1 pitch away from another complete game.
Lambert stands in, breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. 12 strikeouts on the day for Paul Skeens. Lambert had the 2-run shot to right center field back in the 7th inning to get the Green Wave on the board. The 0-1. Just missed the outside corner again. 1-1.
And only 1 complete this game this year for Skeens, and that was a 7-inning game, right? Because
Mississippi
State.
Rule.
That's
yes.
right. So his first 9-inning complete game, just a pitch away.
The 1-1. Fastball at 100 miles an hour.
Woo, yes, sir.
Just missed outside. That is pitch 121.
Chris, boy, if you're a scout, you got to like to see that.
You mentioned Kumar Rocker earlier. He's tied with Rocker and Jack Leiter from Vanderbilt for 179 on strikeouts in a season.
There's a strike letter high to even the count 2-2. Another 100-mile-an-hour pitch.
Let's just get to 180 clean and let's jump rocker and lighter for a season.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good to me. 22 away from Ben McDonald. He's able to convert here.
7-2, LSU leads. 2 outs, top of the ninth. The 2-2 pitch. Foul, a bouncer towards the dugout, third base way. Keeps the count 2-2. This place will explode if he finds the third out. Not to mention a strikeout.
Oh, they're going to go nuts. They're on their feet. All 9,500 of them, 9,000 maybe.
2 outs, top of the ninth. Nobody on. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to Lambert. Bouncer up the middle. Fielded by Nepolk. Throws against his body.
Nice
Morgan
play.
with the stretch at first. Has it for out number 3. Tigers win. Tigers win. They take game 1 of the Baton Rouge Regional by a final of 7-2. Tigers in the winner's bracket. They'll take on the winner of Sam Houston and Oregon State, who play later tonight. But an excellent effort by Paul Skeens, who gets a hand from his teammates and coaches, and a very enthused crowd here at the box. The Tigers pick up the win. Again, the final 7-2. LSU defeats Tulane for the 7th time in history in an NCAA regional. Coming up, we'll crank things up on the Fighting Tiger 10th inning show. Of course, we'll have scores from around the NCAA tournament. Talk about the action on the diamond today. And then later on, Bill Franquez will talk with